starting thing either. I can just start it and you can start whenever.
All right. So I count you. Nope, we're going.
Oh, you can just go.
All right. Well, should I tell you when to lower the volume, or should I just?
You can start talking and I'll lower the volume.
Oh, I have already begun to talk.
Too late for that, huh?
I like it though. This is like Luke Ghislaine, Diablo style.
That's right.
I feel like I'm fortressing this dust right now. I even just went to the music tab to like lower it myself. Like, no, I can't do that.
You can't now.
No. Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. And here is my oldest, who is enjoying summer vacation very much. Welcome to a special one-shot adventure with guest DM Chris. Apologies for the super lateness. Let's all blame Chris. He just wasn't ready tonight. He was scrambling like crazy. No, he was here right off the bat at 9:30. The rest of us, I specifically have massive baby aggro, and we're still trying to get her to bed. We stream our lesson sessions live on YouTube every Friday. Watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews on my YouTube channel. You can also listen to all these live D&D shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. The cat is about to jump on my lap. No, he's not. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. Patrons get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables. Most recently, we hit our stretch goals for private patron D&D games and original adventures. Our first game is in fact taking place next week. Shoutouts to upgraded platinum patron Christopher and mega upgraded patron Genocider. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net for video chat. We use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Now here is your dungeon master, and yes, I do need to actually swap our cameras around. I'm not the dungeon master. It was a fake. It was a twist. I revealed the camera.
Hands around.
It was you all along. I'll do that while you talk.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Chris, your dungeon master for the evening, and I am joined by our players. Raymond, playing Master Potato, the Shadow Sorcerer.
Hello.
Heather, I'm sad Heather's not here for the first time it's going to be said aloud. Heather, playing Izzard, the Lizard Wizard.
Ah, that's true. What a great character. You want to say hello for mommy?
Hello.
Good job.
And Eric, playing Wolfgang, the Dragonborn Valor Bard.
Hello.
All right. The people of the town of Fey Circle believed the fairy ring for which their town was named protected them from the encroaching sands of the western wastes. When the ring withered, they learned they were right. Fey Circle's dew-flecked pastures and verdant forests succumbed to the surrounding desert wastes in an instant, the sand ruining buildings and sinking the fort at its center into the dust. Many of the citizenry fled. The dust. Many of the citizenry fled, and those who chose to stay and tough out the desert living were met with an invading tribe of goblins, and not all escaped their incursion. A distraught mother, Relima, now a refugee at a camp some 20 miles away from the sunken village, is reporting that her children, a brother and sister named Rennie and Lind, are trapped within the village still. She's offering those with the ability to rescue them anything she has, up to 50 gold pieces that she has to her name, in exchange for their safety. Others beg you to clear out the village as well, wishing to go back to their homes, but unable to do so with both the swirling sands and vicious goblins attacking them. And so you find yourselves accepting the task to rescue the lost children, and if possible, save the ruined city of Fey Circle. You have an opportunity?
Over, or if I just don't have your face in the webcam correctly, but
sorry. I was
okay, over, you're hunched over the one. I was like, it's just mustache up for this. It's good luck.
I may be more zoomed in too than I was last week, so maybe a little off. Before you go to cross the 20 miles of desert, you have an opportunity to ask any members of the town that have fled, or the mother herself, any questions you have about your mission.
How did we get here, or
You're traveling adventurers. You go where the
Okay.
money is.
That's fair.
Why are you offering us so much of your money? All that you have left.
She tells you that her children are all that she has in this world, Rennie and Lind. And while she tried to escape with them, she lost them at some point, leaving the city as they were fleeing the goblins. And she would give you anything to get them back. The 50 gold pieces is literally just all she has to her name at the moment.
How would we recognize your children besides their names? Do they have passports?
Do they have photo IDs?
Secret messages.
That's right. She describes a precocious 6-year-old named Rennie and a steely-eyed 10-year-old girl named Lind. And she describes them well enough to you that you feel like you'd be able to identify them on sight.
What if we find other children around? Do we leave them behind?
She tells you the city is... They all want to go back to the village if we can. If the desert sands and the goblins can be dealt with, but if you find any children, I'm sure any parents here at the refugee camp would be very grateful, unless some intentionally left their children behind.
Real Hansel and Gretel situation here.
Yeah.
Look, I just fear we can't bring them all back.
You can keep your money. We will rescue the children. That's what we do, right?
Money.
Yeah.
I'll take his share. Ignore what he said.
You just spread the good word of me and my mates.
She promises Wolfgang that she would do just that, and honestly, she kind of already has. You
purchase my T-shirts at the next concert.
sell the T-shirts, and I'll take those profits. You keep your money.
That's right.
I want labor.
Way better profit margin.
All right. Before we set out, do you know of any horses or mules we can ride to get there?
She sort of.
You got any sandworms? I heard deserts full of sandworms.
How about in griffins? I need a griffin.
She spreads her.
They don't have any griffins. They don't have any money. But worms. Everyone knows.
Freeze will ask for a helicopter.
Chris is like, take big dream.
Yeah, I'm just letting you guys.
By the way, my character has a 7 intelligence.
Oh, okay.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Is that you explaining his decisions you're gonna make?
He is a rockstar, dragonborn, College of Valor bard. He is all. He is a brass dragonborn with a pink extreme mohawk. We'd feel very comfortable on a 80s hair metal concert.
Right.
And he has a giant great axe on his back that happens to have strings that all doubles as his I guess they would call it a lute. He does not have an inside voice.
Sure that won't bite him in the ass ever.
Yeah.
To your questions about horses or sandworms or griffins or helicopters, she sort of spreads her hands out at the refugee camp that you're meeting her in, and this refugee camp is basically about 15 or 16 just canvas tents set up in the desert. There's not a horse or riding beast within line of sight.
Really wanted to ride one of those worms.
Well, I say we wait till dusk so it's not as hot.
Oh, you don't like a little bit of sun, do you?
No, look at my complexion.
I can see, yeah.
Yeah. You look at it just pale.
You could use a little sun, mate.
Yeah. That black cloak of his is going to soak up the sun like nobody's business.
Yeah.
You get real hot in there.
I don't know if we should be waiting when there's kids in danger. I'm not a parent myself, but I find the kids often become the rebellious youths that attend my concerts. And a lot of them have more disposable income. Their parents.
That's relevant.
All right, we leave this decision to the lizard wizard. What say you?
You get to be the part of mommy.
What does the lizard wizard say?
When should we rescue the children?
Let's see. Lizards tend to like the
That is true. Lizards do like...
Also,
reptilian.
Yeah.
He's very pale.
See, 2 scales against none, mate. Sorry.
Aye. It's not the heat I mind. I just prefer the darkness.
Oh, the brooding one, eh? Nice. You could write my next song. I need something all emotional.
You can form a side project where it's all like grunge rock.
Yeah. I can feel the new era coming on. I gotta reinvent myself. Stay relevant. Stay on top of the trends.
Punk's dead. Everyone wants emo now.
Everyone's emo.
I hope you're not going to talk like this the whole time we get there.
That's how I talk, mate. That's where I'm from.
Master Potato just starts taking off towards the fortress.
Oh, shit.
All right. You travel the 20 miles through the desert. The heat and wind.
20 miles?
20 miles.
My goodness.
Yeah. Did you not hear that?
After like 2 miles, I'm like, oh, we should have waited.
You should have told
Very
us.
sweaty, very tiring.
I'm on my 4th bottle of water. Like,
Yeah.
How many water do you drink?
I'll stay hydrated. It's potent. Heat stroke kills.
You don't see much of anything on this 20-mile hike. It's a lot of sand.
I'm looking for sandworms.
Okay.
I got my eyes peeled.
Give me a perception check, or give me a nature check, Wolfgang.
A nature check. I'm real good at that. I know exactly what a sandworm looks like.
A worm in the sand.
I'm guessing.
What a sand.
There
it is!
Wolfgang, you literally start thinking that every like rivulet in the sand is a sandworm.
It's Grandpa Simpson seeing death everywhere. Sandworm! Sandworm! Holy shit, mates! At 12 o'clock, and he's clearly pointing like to the east of him.
Every time the three of you crest a ridge in the desert, you point out like 3 or 4, and it's just like squiggles in the sand. Yep. It's just shapes. It's real annoying.
The second I see a snake, though, it's gonna be real exciting.
Yeah, you're not seeing any snakes. The 2 nature check.
In fact, any snakes you do see, you see as something else.
That's right. The sand seems to become angrier as you approach the ruined town.
Doesn't like me misidentifying all animals.
Or being misidentified as sandworms. It swirls in erratic patterns and almost instantly covers your feet with each step. By the time you reach Face Circle, only a few shattered timbers protrude from the hungry sands, joined by a dozen decaying corpses of goblins and giant man-sized worms.
There's no sandworms here.
These are snakes.
Yeah, these are just large snakes. Well, dumb luck.
At the edge of the wreckage is a deep sinkhole, a vast pit that has devoured the town's keep. Its crumbling walls are still visible above the pit's edge.
Like there's a hole?
It's like a sinkhole. Like you can, as you're walking through this town that's been kind of is being covered by desert sand even as you walk through it. You can look forward and you can kind of see like the tops of some watchtowers, kind of almost at your height level, and it looks like this whole fort has sunk downward. You descend the 30 feet down the sandy slope of the pit.
Oh, do we? That seems dangerous.
Stand there and stare at it.
Is there any inspecting of the building, or do we have to go into the pit to
You kind of have to. Okay. You can kind of look down, but all you can see is walls as you look down. The walls are about between 20 and 30 feet high, depending on where you're looking at the fortress walls. But looking down, even from where you're at, all you can see is the walls. You can't see inside well enough to notice anything. What you do notice, standing at the lip before you descend, though, is that this place is falling apart. You see that there seems to be one large.
I look at the sinkhole and says, "Oh, there's your problem, right there."
Yeah.
They shouldn't have built this town on a sinkhole.
It's always gonna do you in. You can see that there are 4 watchtowers on each corner of this fortress, and one of the watchtowers, the one in the northwestern corner, has just completely collapsed inward. To where you cannot see the top of it any longer. That's about all you can tell from where you're at.
I will lean over to my pale friend and say, "So, what can you do exactly? Besides, barely survive the sun."
Stare.
I'd rather not reveal my secrets right now.
Oh, damn, he's so mysterious. Love it.
He walks over to one of the watchtowers and looks in and wonders if it's an entryway.
I'm going to lean over to the lizard and be like, "I bet it turns out he's been dead the whole time."
Fucking corpse. You can't really, Master Potato, you can't really even approach the watchtowers. This fortress is pretty big. Like, you'd have to walk around the sinkhole, but the sand has collapsed in such a way that you can't even really get to these corners very easily. You could descend. What you see in front of you is a gate. Kind of straight down from where you're at is the gate inward into the fortress.
I guess I'm not picturing this, but it's like surrounded by a moat, I guess.
It's the whole thing. Picture like you're at level ground, but this 35 foot tall fortress has been sunk downward into the sands.
If we stand at the edge, we can actually look down and see the fortress.
You can, but all you can see is walls. You can't see like the inner
massive
working of the fortress itself.
Oh, I see. The fortress literally sunk. So
yes,
into a hole.
So what gate do we see then? I imagine the gate would be hidden.
You're gonna go down go down into the hole to get to this gate. You can kind of see sliding down a sand ramp about 30 feet. You can see the gate to get in, and it has kind of partially been covered by sand, but not enough to where you don't think you can get through it.
What about the bodies? You said those were visible?
Yeah. That was in the village. That was in the village itself. Yeah.
Should we inspect the bodies?
You can absolutely inspect the bodies
before we go into the hole. It's just a
something
we might want to do.
Give me either investigation or medicine, depending on what you're
let's we're gonna have to roll because I don't have access to the sheet. But let the lizard investigate. That seems like something you would do.
Yeah, I mean, dead bodies are pretty cool. I mean, like, why would you not go and inspect a dead body?
There you go.
If you
dead bodies are pretty cool.
Go inspect it, right? Not weird, right? I'm totally not weird.
Mr. Poe with the also not great intelligence check.
Right. Izzard is what she goes by. Izzy rolls 13. And she's able to kind of figure out that it looks like the goblin bodies have died of what looked to be some sort of bestial bite marks, scratches, and the dead worms seem to have died by the hands of some sort of weaponry. They have chop marks in them, Some of them have arrows sticking out of them. Some of them have like whole spears stuck into them.
They killed each other. Shit, they killed all the sandworms. You bastards!
I think it's better we don't see the sandworms. Okay, buddy?
I'm sure we can still use these sandworms to our advantage. As Master Poe starts rolling one towards the edge. Time to go sledding, guys.
That is dark, and I love it. I'm absolutely the second somebody gives the word, and maybe not before that, I am sliding down this fucking.
Yep.
I mean,
Hop on the worm and slide on down.
You can hop on the back. These worms
Toboggan.
are man-sized. You can ride them like an inner tube, like a river tube sort of thing.
Yeah.
And just slide down the sand ramp.
We're 100% doing that.
It is very exciting. It is like no sledding, but you're in sand. Yeah,
it's a flume.
Izzy just tries to slide down very carefully, but then she starts partying, like dancing, jerking. She slides down, and like.
I guess we're just hurtling towards.
You are, and you sort of your sandworm toboggans or whatever they're called, sleds. Come to rest right in front of the main gate. And as you find yourself before the slanted gates of Fey Circle Keep, you hear high-pitched war cries and gurgling animal roars from just on the other side of this gate. And you are here.
That sounds like all bad things.
Along with the bodies of the worms that you just slid down the sandhill on. Your lizard wizard is here!
Hey! Made it to the entrance of the titular fortress, I think.
No, this is the pre-fortress. There's a re-fortress later.
There's a fortress inside. We're on a mission to rescue children. There's a old town in the desert, and I really wanted to find some sandworms, and we did, but they were all dead, and then the goblins were dead, which the people didn't know about. They thought we were still going after goblins, I think. And then this whole place has been sunk into a giant sinkhole in the desert, and then Master Potato had the idea to use one of the sandworm bodies as a sled, and we all slid down the sinkhole. And scene. It was awesome.
You're all on the map, right? You can all see.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Our east side, it looks like.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you are currently standing outside this wooden gate that has been slanted and kind of, it's already, you can see it's very worn with the sand beating on it. And you immediately, you can hear the sounds of some sort of battle happening right on the other side of the gate.
All right. Starts loosening up, takes the axe out. Let's do this. You all ready to rock?
What are we doing? I thought we came to look for children, not to join a battle.
I look somewhat deflated. It sounds like the battle found us.
I mean, like, totally, do we really need to, like, go in there and fight?
Not the voice I thought you were going to use.
We don't need to fight, we just need to find the children, alright?
Let's just go around. God, why do y'all make this so hard?
There's gotta be something in there. I'm going in, mates. You got me covered, right?
You just wanted to trouble during the daytime when I said nighttime.
I told you we like the sun.
So
you just missed all the fun.
I'll provide you the cover you may or may not need.
Wolfgang, you opening the gates?
Yes, but when you say open, I kick them open with all the dramatic bravado and announce my presence very loudly.
Okay, great. Give me a strength check, please.
Ooh.
As you reel back your foot to kick this gate open.
That's you and not me. You
Oof.
didn't even do
With
that
a
well.
10, you successfully opened the gate, Wolfgang, but it is not nearly as impressive.
Aw.
Because there's sand built up on either side, you end
Yeah.
up just slowly pushing the gate open with your foot.
I don't know why I have a +1 in there. That should not be the case.
You
However,
did more of like a here's Johnny moment versus.
you successfully open it, and just inside of the walls, a battle is broken out. Goblins are hiding in a collapsed tower, huddling on the rubble, throwing spears at gigantic worms which are writhing in the sand.
Sandworms!
Occasionally, a worm will try to wriggle onto the rubble of the tower. Both sides are currently too preoccupied to notice you. However,
The hell they are. Everybody notices me.
Wolfgang is running in, and how are you announcing your presence, Wolfgang?
I kick the door down, which ends up being a little more tricky, and then I kind of cover myself and get all excited about the battle and says, "All right, listen up. A show's about to start. You give up the children, and maybe we'll only kill you a little bit. And also, I want to have one of those sandworms as a pet. Maybe we can work out some kind of deal. I'd very much like a live one. Dead one was pretty cool to run around as well." I kind of keep talking until they start doing something like.
You sound like Korg from Thor.
It'd be pretty nifty if we had a sandworm.
Oh, the guy is back online. He's making fun of me again.
Okay, Wolfgang, yeah, you talked for a little while like that, but getting about as far as you got. Before one of the goblins, the one that you can see, turns to you and starts screeching, "We intruders! Others! Invading the owners of the worms!" And you hear them kind of arguing with themselves for a little while. No. Worms, animals, these more humans like we kick out.
I am not a human, okay? Like,
Neither is Wolfgang.
Clearly.
that is speciesist of you, and I really think you need to apologize.
They want the children. And while they're saying this amongst themselves, and they're sort of yelling at you two, they are still fighting off these worms. They're like stabbing at them as they try to wriggle up this tower this collapsed tower that they're huddled in. They want the children. They can't have children at dinner. What will we eat without children?
There's plenty of dead worms out here. Like being
At
easy
this
meal.
point, I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
I do something that maybe takes us out of initiative.
Oh.
He says, "I hate you, Wolfgang. Obviously, there's no children in this direction. I would like to cast darkness over this group."
Okay, over yourselves?
No.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like in this, right here somewhere, basically blocking this little bottleneck. It's a 15-foot radius, so it's a really large sphere.
See if I can.
Oh shit, there's a lot of worms here.
Sandworms!
Magical darkness.
Obviously,
Let's
there's no
see.
children in this direction, so let's just...
I think this is 15-foot
Shit,
radius.
I knew it was dark, and he's literally got the darkness in him.
And I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast it.
Okay.
Wait, that's the wrong button. Sorry.
Like, darkness is not gonna help you against magic darkness, I don't think.
Sorry. Wrong one.
Ooh. Got eyes of the dark.
Yeah, if you cast it with the sorcery points, you can see through the darkness created by the spell. All right.
Wow.
That's not gonna take you out of initiative, but it's gonna make the fight a little weird for the
Everybody that's
if
in
they
that view.
even okay, where are you dropping this? Like here? Where you want to drop this?
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Okay.
Basically, I want to block us because I don't think we want to go that way.
Okay. So everybody still give me initiative.
On initiative. Come on, man. Even when I'm a player, I can't roll with initiative.
Oh,
Okay,
my
I'm not gonna put them
AC
on the
is
board at
up
the
there.
moment. Because right now the situation is odd. You guys aren't necessarily, or you guys can't even
Situation is odd.
uh, uh, Izzy and Wolfgang, you can't even really tell what's going on. All Wolfgang,
It's
you
just
ran on the right to fight,
pure.
and then just a wall or a globe.
Yeah.
It is a globe itself, not a giant wall. Of black just engulfs this entire fight that's going on.
Yeah.
And from within the blackness, all you hear are screams. You hear the gurgling of worms and the screaming of goblins as they both become encased in darkness. And Master Poe, you can see that the goblins basically on this first initiative of theirs aren't doing anything. They were just freaking the hell out. They are screaming at each other. They were like putting their hands in front of their eyes. They don't necessarily know what's just happened. And they have not figured it out yet. And then we go to you, Master Poe.
He tries to shout. Well,
My initiative is
Uh,
supposed to be 12.
Oh. Okay.
It didn't add in my temporal awareness.
Gotcha.
from here, can I see any other pathways? Like, is this a door up here? Or
Yes. So, you sure can. What you can see from here, Master Poe, is directly to your north. There's a doorway that goes to what was a 30-foot tall watchtower. That it looks like there were two of them that flanked the entry gate. It looks pretty broken up, pretty ruined at this point, but there's a doorway that leads inside of it. To the north of you, straight north, you see a small cottage with bright yellow paint, with it's faded and peeling, with its front window boarded up. The front door of this cottage bears the scars of recent assault. And then straight across from you, across this little courtyard, you see the wall itself has sort of collapsed inward, and a fairly narrow, but it looks like with some skill, a passable gap in the wall has formed as this fortress wall collapsed. Right here.
all right, decision time. Do we take these guys out and save one goblin to lead us to the children, or do we search on our own? Decide now.
Wait, I can't see what's going on in there anymore. Did you send him to some kind of interdimensional realm of darkness?
I mean,
You're still
I
there.
can do that if I need to, but
Damn, that's cool.
They're still there, but it's just blackness. I've taken away all.
Shit, hang on, I gotta
light.
write these words down. This is fucking
It's
gold.
still there, but all blackness. First look at this all.
Yeah.
Feel free to attack blindly in there. You aim right, and your axe will hit flesh.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Don't worry about my eyes. Vision.
His eyes are just pits of darkness.
That seems alarming.
All right, you guys need to decide.
It seems like it's your ball game, mate. You're leading the way.
Nobody sees what happens, but
I wanna go in there and wreck shit, but I can't see.
It's a cantrip. He casts Infestation on worm number 1.
You jackwagon, I took that one too.
All right, con saving throw on the worm.
Oh, it's a bunch of bugs.
Which it fails. So what happens?
Takes 1d6 poison damage, moves 5 feet in a random direction.
Okay.
No.
This is a roll d4. I wanted to pick a direction, but
Nope, it's random.
to south. Damn. I wanted north.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him visible. All right, give me the damage.
Oh yeah, 1d6.
Yep.
So 3.
Okay. All right. Only you can see, Master Poe, but the worm begins to writhe as insects cover its body and begin biting it, and it seems to be trying to flee these insects as it moves southward.
I can't end my turn. So yep, that's all I do.
Okay. Izzy the lizard wizard.
That's me.
If you'd like, I can guide you into the darkness.
God damn, that's fucking good shit right there, mate. Are you sure you're not a songwriter?
She literally just looks at you and is like, I don't know you, and like,
What?
You really need to like.
I pull out several mugs and t-shirts and like keychains.
Y'all are really like weird. I don't. Let's focus everybody on what the goal is here.
Right, the children.
I think we've decided to take a goblin hostage and squeeze the information out of him.
So, before the darkness came up, we all kind of saw that the area that they were in, correct?
You did, yes.
Okay. So, this just says a point within range. So it doesn't mean that I have to actively be able to see it. So...
I can see. So I don't know if I can tell you, like, hey, there's an enemy, 15 feet this way, 5 feet that way.
You're literally the spotter with the, like, the binoculars.
So, I am going to cast Sleep.
Ooh.
At the first level. And I'm going to pinpoint it right there.
Okay.
Man, you guys are lucky that you guys are like, I'm lucky that I'm going last, because I would have been getting blanketed by all this shit. My ass been knocked unconscious.
Oh shit. Okay. What is the I guess I can show this book. Oh, it doesn't work. But it's
Error.
Hey,
Error.
I'll just copy and paste it. Hang on.
Error.
everybody.
Each error is more devastating than the last.
5d8 hit points. All right.
28 hit points worth of creatures, and you start at, I think, lowest current hit points, and they start falling unconscious till you run out of. Man, which you rolled pretty damn good.
Yes, you
Yeah, I
did.
did.
6, 6, 7, 1, 8. Yeah, 28 on 5d8 is real good.
All right, so you're just trying to put it kind of in the middle, like right here?
Yeah. Try to get as many of them as I can.
Okay.
Now we find out how many hit points they have.
From what you can see. Well, even Master Poe, being able to see into the darkness, can't really see how many goblins are in that tower. Before you guys darknessed up the tower, you could only really see one, but you could hear more than that. And you could see like spears being thrown from behind the front one.
So this is a tower right here.
It is. It's a collapsed tower. It used to be a tower, but it's sort of collapsed across this courtyard.
Ink. There we go.
All right, I've opened up a calculator. So 28.
Calculating.
All right. Only Master Poe sees this. Really. But Master Poe, you see the one goblin that you can see in the front just pass out, just fall to the ground. And then you see the worm that you just infested also just not fall to the ground. It's writhing along the ground, but it just sort of curls up in a coil and just stops moving. And that is what you see from that sleep spell.
Oh boy.
Only got 2 of them.
They're not normal goblins.
You don't know that. Like I said, you don't know how many
there could be
goblins
more
were in that tower.
I
You can only
gotcha.
see what you can see. Is that it, Izzy?
If I'm remembering my spellcasting abilities correctly, yes, because I can only cast a spell unless I have a cantrip that's a bonus action, but that's fine.
Right.
I will have to double check all of my cantrips, so yes, for now that is it.
Okay. Izzy, you don't get to witness this. The consequences of your actions. But Master Poe, you get to see a fairly disturbing sight. The sleeping goblin is sleeping on the rubble of this collapsed tower, and you see the worms that are still awake that you can see seem to recognize this fact and just begin surging up the tower.
I think we've picked our side now. Perhaps we can coerce one of the worms into helping us. Oh shit, there's so many worms! I would say if I could see.
That's right. What you hear, all of you hear out of the darkness, is a single goblin voice. Oh god! What are you doing? They're eating them!
We're Team Worm now, mate! We're Team Worm!
Actions have, like, consequences? And this is a consequence.
Yeah, that consequence is just eating the shit out of those goblins right now.
Alright, that is the Crusher Worm's turn. Wolfgang, you are up.
I will turn to my pasty friend. Hey. Alright, mate. Are we splitting somewhere else, or are we heading in there and carving up some worm guts? I don't mind going into the darkness. I live in the darkness, eh? What do you think about that one? I embrace the darkness.
How
Can
I tell? How did
the darkness?
how did the worms move?
Again?
Can I tell? Do the worms not need vision to move?
You, as you look at them, Master Poe, you think they don't necessarily need vision, at least not at a certain distance. You notice that not all the worms surged forward when the goblin fell down. Some of the worms that were farther away are still just sort of writhing in the sand.
So the darkness wasn't necessarily impacting them?
The ones closer to the goblins seem to still be able to tell that the goblins fell asleep and charged forward. But the ones farther away from the goblins were not able to tell that.
All right, Wolfgang is feeling, he's already stirred himself into a frenzy with his own musical inspirations, and he feels so inspired by the darkness that, he is going to throw a bardic inspiration at Master Potato, and through that little, he's like, the darkness, embrace the darkness. And then he can't see, so he is just gonna haul in there and do a power slide on his knees into the sand, ending up somewhere in the middle of all of this, and is then going to jam a thunder wave at level 2.
In front of him, right? Like,
I think it's, let's see, is it a 15? It's a 15-foot cube, and I don't technically know really where they are, but somewhere in the, I mean, he knows they weren't like right here. He remembers they were kind of in this direction. So yeah, probably decently in front of him, or we could do a 15-foot cube.
I'll say that because you're just sort of blindly sliding and power sliding in front of you, I'll say the 15-foot cube is probably just going to happen right in front, like the direction you were headed.
Sure, like a cone guy going
Like
forward.
a cone,
Sure,
yeah.
that's fine. I don't know where I stop. Maybe it's just like when I hit a worm or something.
Yeah,
because I don't know how far to go. I imagine at some point I run into worms all around me and I stop with the power slide goes. And
which would do pretty good for you.
I think so. I'm casting level 2 because there's a lot of worms here.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a thunder wave.
And those worms are also
I rolled real fucking bad.
Nomming on goblin guts. Not that you can see that. You can probably hear it now that you're in the darkness.
Yeah. In the darkness, the worms gnaw the bones. God, I rolled so bad on damage. 4 on a 2d8, but my second level spell slot put it another 6 damage, so 10 total damage, and that is, how do I look that up? Oh, it says DC 14 con save.
DC 14. All right. There are 4 of them that will save against this thunder wave.
How healthy are they?
Ooh, 2 of them
Jesus.
were pretty healthy. Is it half?
Oh, I forgot. So yeah, I need to. I do that. There we go. But on a failed save, they take the full damage and they're pushed 10 feet away from me. On a successful save, they take half damage and they are not pushed. And the spell emits an audible thunderous boom out to 300 feet.
Okay. That's also. For 10 damage, all right. The farthest you don't see it,
No.
Wolfgang. You're still in darkness.
Yep.
You hear it, and Master Poe, you see it. The farthest worm, is knocked so forcibly back by the thunder wave that it slams into the wall that it's right next to, and splatters there.
Man, I wish I would have seen that.
And so does
I bet it
the
sounded
one-
cool.
It's 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one you can hear, Wolfgang, the one right in front of you gets blasted backward. You hear it tumbling through the sand. And yeah, and the other 2 look like they were damaged but not moved. And now, Wolfgang, you can hear the sounds of writhing around you. Writhing in the sand.
And the way my inspiration works, in addition to regular inspiration, which is for attack rolls, you can also use this inspiration for add to damage or add to your AC when you are being attacked.
And you gave it to who?
Master Poe.
Mr. Poe.
Giving me the darkness inspiration.
That's right.
I alas couldn't see the sleep spell that
That's right.
he cast because it was the darkness in the darkness.
You, on the goblin's turn, you hear the lone goblin voice just squealing to himself. What do I do? The dog moles! They'll eat the worms! Got to get them out! Got to release them! And once again...
Hold on there, mate! Stay where you are!
You don't see this, Master Poe, you do. But one of the goblins runs into the darkness and tries to run to the south. But he, Master Poe, you watch him, bump into one of the worms and, trip over it and have to get up from the ground. And
that's some horror movie shit right there. He's not
he's in the darkness trying to run, and he doesn't make it very far. He makes it just outside of the darkness on the south side. Because he had to stand back up after tripping over the worms in the darkness.
I feel like we're in a Tremors movie.
Exactly. Master Poe, it's your turn.
Might hurt me, but he's gonna run into the darkness. 5, 10, 15, 20. You can see that goblin right there.
Still asleep. He's laying on the ground asleep.
Oh, he is. Okay, good.
Yeah, you see two goblin bodies that have been feasted on by worms,
Ah.
and one goblin that is just laying there sleeping.
He's gonna pull out some hempen rope that I have in my bag, apparently. And with Mage Hand, he's gonna tie a loop around the sleeping goblin's neck and hand the other end to Wolfgang and says, "Hold tight to this and follow my voice." And then he's gonna step back. I don't know if the worms can hit me or not, but he's gonna step back.
Hold. Sorry, what was the instruction? Hold. I'm actually as dumb as my character right now.
You just feel like another end of rope insert into your hands.
Okay.
And it says, "Hold tight to this and follow me."
But you hung
Voice.
the. Oh,
I
so you
tied
want
the
me
other
to
end around the
drag the
goblin.
goblin?
Exactly.
Okay. I thought you were gonna try to lead me out of the darkness.
No, he likes to be in the darkness.
All right, I can't see you too well.
All right, Izzy, your turn.
What about the worms?
Like,
I don't know how long my rope is.
should be 50 feet.
Is it 50 feet?
Yeah, hip and rope is
That's
50
a lot of
feet.
rope.
Yeah.
Well, how about I give it to Izzy instead? And I tell her, "Reel in this rope."
I don't do like physical labor. That's
Tell us-
for someone else.
Tell us what your strength score is.
Really, this is a good excuse for her strength score, actually.
I really want to see her roll a
Like-
strength check.
She's like,
Yeah.
like
Just two
literally
fingers.
like with like fingers.
She has the proportional strength of an actual lizard.
Yeah.
Pull this rope so we can get our mission over with.
Our mission was not to retrieve a goblin.
How do you know which side to the other end?
That's a good point, actually. Did you find the children, mate? This rope lay to the children.
She'll literally just like drop it. She's like, I don't do physical labor.
Right. Well, then he will pick up the part at his foot and hand it into Wolfgang's hand.
I mean, technically, you don't know that I've dropped it.
I
If
can
you
see.
gave me the end of the rope.
I can see through the darkness.
You're also
Oh,
nowhere
that's
near her,
right.
though.
My mage hand. My mage
Oh,
hand
Mage Hand, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
dragged it over.
Yeah, no, I don't do physical labor. Can you like
Alright.
get rid of this darkness stuff? Like, yeah, it's kind of like killing the vibe about this place.
This darkness is awesome, mate. It is awesome and terrifying.
Love it.
Namely, because she can't do shit without seeing things.
Yeah.
I'll drop it after Wolfgang and I get out.
Well,
I mean, y'all are the ones who ran in there,
The
and that is not like my problem.
problem we established is can't the fucking worms see anyway?
Yeah. Told you, this is a fucking
you can
Tremors
see,
movie.
You can see that the worms do not have eyes. They have. Oh, I didn't actually show you guys the art. I actually have handouts.
I mean, the darkness are good against the goblins, but we fucked the goblins up, so
Yeah.
now it's just.
So these are the goblins that you were facing, and most of them seem to be armed with spears of some sort. And then the worms
So
that were
angry.
writhing around on the ground looked like this.
It's
Ooh.
fucking Tremors movie.
Yeah. Too many tentacles. And pincers.
Pincers.
Uh,
Hmm.
5, 10.
This is my
15.
nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my. I hate bugs. This is my nightmare.
Yeah.
A
Like,
worm with ant.
A worm with
Pincers.
extra nightmare things.
Yeah, I can't really do anything because I can't see, so.
Well,
So
you do see a hole in the wall to your west.
Yeah.
Split the
Find-
party.
North. If you want to leave, you can always leave and go and do the
Yeah,
things.
let's do that. When y'all like drop the darkness, just like yell out, and I'll come back and like save your lives. But until then, I'm just gonna go this way.
You hear something, mate?
20,
Yes, this is
25.
darkness, not silence.
Izzy,
30.
Izzy, you find that you have to squeeze through this collapsed wall here. It's not as easy as just walking through. It's pretty narrow, and you see that the wall is collapsed with like loose stonework and boulders all over the place. So can you please give me a dexterity acrobatics check?
I was really waiting for you to say a strength check to push like a boulder out of the way. I was gonna be like, God damn it. It's not too bad.
With a 14, Izzy, you are able to just squeeze that you reach out at one point to sort of pull yourself through, and you recognize that it's a very loose piece of stone, and you don't, and you just sort of squeeze yourself through, and you end up on the other side, where you squeeze through the hole in the stone wall and find yourself in what may have once been a beautiful flower garden. The flowers are worm-eaten and withered. The heavy stink of death draws your attention to the western corner, where a pile of human corpses is being swarmed by maggots.
Ew. Started out nice and then
And then got real bad.
So one thing the others would notice if they were here, but they don't, is that Izzy is very much a scholar. Like, she might be the Valley Girl, but she is very much the studious student.
Alright, just a legally blonde character.
And yeah, basically. And so like instantly like her eyes just kind of shift into this like fully understanding everything around her type mode. Like studying everything.
Alright.
it's the
And
video game.
I don't have any more movement, so I'll just wait.
Turn on the focus or whatever and look around and
That's
examine.
right.
Yeah.
That's right, yep.
Enter detective mode.
Alright.
She'll just start to like investigate the area and just looking around and seeing what she sees.
Okay. Alright, next up, Master Poe, you see, and Wolfgang, you hear the writhing of the masses. Master Poe, what you see is a worm crawls into the ruined tower, and suddenly your rope starts getting tugged further into the tower.
These goblins.
Master Poe, you watch as the goblin that just tripped and tried to run away is swarmed by the worms on the other side of the darkness. As he's standing up, one worm bites him in the ankle, and another one rears up and comes down on his back, and they take him out, these three down here.
I just hear this
Well,
horrifying sounds.
Wolfgang, glad you didn't witness what just happened.
And two of them are closer to Wolfgang than anyone else.
One of them's still asleep though, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. One of them actually is still asleep.
Coiled up nicely.
Yep.
I probably almost stepped on him when I came rushing in.
That's right. So one crusher worm writhes its way up to you, Wolfgang, and it looks like, to you, Poe, it does not look like it needs sight to be effective at this range. And it begins attempting to wrap around your legs, Wolfgang.
Bad worm, bad.
Does a 21 hit?
Afraid so, boss.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
9 bludgeoning damage, and you become grappled
Ah.
as the worm wraps itself around you. And you become restrained.
Feel the squeeze. Good worms. I thought you were cool.
And Wolfgang, it is your turn.
You're not cool at all. Shit.
You can try to use an athletics or acrobatics check to get out of this worm restraint currently, or you could just try to do something else while you're being wrapped up.
I want to
Yeah.
drop the darkness. And we're gonna hightail out of here once you get out the worm.
You're dropping the darkness right now?
He drops it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause everyone who was affected by the darkness is dead.
Everyone's affected by the darkness is dead.
It was very effective at hampering the goblins.
Yeah, I could bust out, I guess. I feel pretty strong. Because that's a strength check?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Okay.
Or it's an escape DC, so it's just the straight strength or dex, actually. Sorry. Just check.
Okay. Feeling pretty confident we're going to bust out of this worm.
All right. Oh, yeah, you are.
That adds to the crit, too. We're still doing that. I ripped myself free.
The worm goes flailing on the ground next to you.
That's right. Oh! Can't be contained, mate! I'm all that is Dragonborn! And unfortunately, I think that's my action.
That was your action, yep.
And we're supposed to just retreat now from the worms? Is that the idea?
Yes, unless you feel like taking on 7 of them.
Shit. Do I still have the rope, and do I feel like that's something I can still... I can see now, right? The darkness is gone.
Yeah, you can, and... Let's see what you can see. What you can see is the feet of the goblin that this rope is tied to.
Oh, did I pulled like half of a goblin.
And half a goblin comes out.
All right.
And a worm greedily grabs it and pulls it back into the tower.
Great. I think it's gonna work. I guess. Yeah, we could hide. That fucking lizard left us. She left us. She left us. I just now realizing I'm looking around.
I didn't leave. I said I was going this way.
Oh shit!
And I can still hear you.
She went through that crack in the wall.
She's haunting the walls already. All right. I get. Well, the worms just went, so yeah, we'll pull back. I can still move.
You can still move, yes.
So I will pull back a little bit, assuming Potato's coming back too.
Of course I am.
I can make it. Well, I guess I gotta make it pretty far. I'll make it to here, which takes, I guess, attack opportunity from number 3.
It does. Number 3 does snap at your heels as you run away. 15 it?
No, I got 16.
Okay. Those pincers just barely miss your heels as you back off.
It's a very graceful, like, pirouette back off. The whole time I'm, like, staring him down, kind of backing up in a tactical retreat position, and then I turn and see Izzy back there. Oh, I don't think I'll fit through that crack. Unless I'm being chased by a dozen worms, then maybe. That's it. That was my action.
You will be soon.
Yeah.
Right. The goblins are all dead.
We made sure of that.
You made sure of that.
It did sound like they were eating children, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like to push through this crack?
All right. Give me a DC 4, or I didn't mean to tell you what the DC was, but give me an acrobatics check as you push your way through the hole in the wall. After Izzy. Not only do you fail, Master Poe, you grip a side of the wall as you try to pull yourself through, and you bring a chunk of the wall down on top of your head.
Oh,
no. Where is it? And
defeated by a crack in the wall.
You take 4 damage as a chunk of this collapsing wall just falls on top of your head, and you have to back off.
That's no
Through
good.
this wall.
Yeah.
He's gonna run 10 more feet.
Find another way. We'll meet you around somewhere else.
You could, Master Poe. You look at this hole, and you think you could try again. It would take another action to try again.
That was one action though, right? The first time?
That was an action to try to fit through the squeeze through.
I am running from these worms.
Yeah. How fast can worms be?
Right.
There's goblins
All
to eat.
right. Izzy, it is your turn.
Okay. So I would like to do my action with kind of like investigating this area over here before going over there, just to make sure there's nothing like trap-wise or anything that would potentially kill
Sure.
me.
You can give me just a basic perception check from there, just to sort of scan the area before you even have to investigate anything specific.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm perceptive AF.
You are extremely
Almost
perceptive.
a nat 20.
Izzy, you see to the south, you see this pile of bodies with
Mhm.
maggots squirming through it, and you can see, Izzy, that it looks like these were human bodies that were just piled unceremoniously in a corner, and you can see that there's a lot of belongings on them still. Like you can see like some coin just fall out of a pocket. You can see they got some stuff on them, but you also see that there are these very large white maggots just swarming the bodies.
Okay.
And to your north, Izzy, with that perception check, right here, it looks like the sand has been mounded in an unnatural way. As if to cover something.
Okay. Booby trap. Alright, so as a lizard folk, I can hold my breath for 15 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna take a nice big deep breath, do some calming yoga thoughts,
Yeah.
find my center, get my namaste going, and just take a big breath. And she's gonna go examine these damn bodies, because as a research scholar, she needs to know their cause of death, because maybe knowing this will help me in the future.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, please, to investigate the bodies.
Not as good.
No, it's all right. You can see with an investigation check of 13 that it looked like they were killed by weapons. You would, based on the stories you were told back at the refugee camp, you would hazard that these are goblin weapons that did these struck these blows. And you can in fact see that there is a fair amount of loot to be had amongst these bodies were you to spend the time collecting it, which wouldn't take very long, but would require you to mess with the bodies.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything like that looks like it could have like scholarly implications. Like she could take it back to the college and have them analyze it for other means and things like that. She'll pick that up right away. Otherwise, she honestly doesn't care about the rest of it.
Okay. You don't see anything that would necessarily be of scholarly value. You see, like, a rosewood holy symbol is around someone's wrist, but you know what that means. It's the sign of a local god. It's not bearing any real, mysteries that you would need to resolve. And other than that, you see some coinage. You think you might be able to maybe fish some stuff out of pockets, but if you're not interested in that, you can just back away.
Yeah, she'd take a couple of coins because she knows she's got to pay for like a room and board during her travels, but otherwise, she's gonna leave the bulk of it there. Like,
Okay. Izzy, as you grab a couple coins, I need you to give me a sleight of hand check, please, because as your fingers get close to the bodies, you notice, perhaps slightly too late, that these maggots have at the tip of them the telltale signs of pincers that were on the larger worms that were on the other side of this wall. And
now that is worth scholarly study.
That might be, yeah.
First hand.
And at the warmth of your hand getting close to these bodies, these maggots swarm you.
Ugh.
And with a sleight ahead of 7, you are not able to pull back quickly enough.
I mean, one of my flaws is I'm easily distracted by the promise of information, so...
Yeah, that's pretty good. Izzy, you take 15 piercing
Oh my
damage
god.
Damn.
as maggots go up your in almost an instant. They are up your arm, they are in your clothes, and they are biting you all over.
So did they not attack me first to do that?
It's like a trap. They are. Your sleight of hand check was to avoid them.
Okay.
Yikes.
But you back off and you start. You're able to sort of slap them off pretty quickly. You come away with 10 gold pieces and 15 points of piercing damage.
So before we go that far,
Yeah.
you kind of see as they swarm over her arm, you see her flick her wrist, and she causes a chronal shift to occur.
Ooh. Okay.
And she will do that ability sleight of hand.
That sleight of hand check. All right.
Rewind.
Rewind. Yep.
I don't know if
for
it'll
it.
work any better, but why not?
It might.
I'm gonna take 15
Rewind
damage.
time.
I like we're finding out everybody's like classes through very dramatic abilities.
Exactly. Yeah. Izzy,
Nice,
with a
16.
16. You recognizing
You
what
bite
these
the
maggots. Recognizing what these maggots are capable of, you just pluck the gold pieces out. Like your hand is in and out in a second, and you take no damage, and you come away with 10 gold pieces.
Yeah,
But
it's like she can see what would have happened.
That's right.
And the current timeline, like the two timelines are melding together to go back into the main timeline.
You saw it. You're like, okay, if I leave my hand there too long, this happens.
Yep.
Nobody knows it happens.
Yeah.
That's right.
You just hear, and then she just turns her back and walks away.
All right. Wolfgang, what you see next, is almost all of the worms have seemingly forgot your existence because there are a bunch of dead goblins on the ground.
Thank goodness.
You see, in fact, the only one that would notice your existence
He's asleep.
is currently asleep. So instead, what you witness is a disturbing display of worms gorging on goblin bodies as worms flood into this ruined tower and on this southern goblin and just begin feasting on them.
Decided not to endorse the sandworms anymore.
And Wolfgang, it is your turn.
Alright, you said there's a door up here? Is that what?
There sure is, yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Well, there's three things. There's a door to a tower right here. You look at this door and you don't think there's anything. It's a watchtower, but it's literally like leaning over, and you can kind of see that the door is kind of falling in, and it's just a watchtower. To the north, you see there's a cottage, with boarded up windows and a door that looks like someone's been attacking it. It's got the signs of attacks on it, and then of course you see through the collapsed wall Izzy on the other side, playing with maggots.
Yeah. No, I don't. I saw Master Poe try that, and I'm like twice that dude's size. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to squeeze in there. So, seeing the worms are down there, and I don't want to be fucking grabbed by them again. 10, 15, 20, 25. I will come up to this door.
Wolfgang, as you approach, will you please give me a perception check?
Sure. Do you want my passive perception or you want me to roll perception?
Roll a perception check.
Hey.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I was perceptive. Also, I realized what it's doing. It's applying my Jack of all trades, which I didn't realize it. I forgot about that. Automatically, so I get a +1 to a lot of skills.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Wolfgang, as you approach the door, you catch a glimpse of sudden movement behind the boarded up, smashed window. You just make out the tip of a crossbow bolt pointed through the boards, aimed at you.
Okay.
And I'll give you a moment to react. You're about here. I'll give you a moment to react to that.
All right. Hi. AZ, no sandworms out here? We're looking for some lost folks.
You're with the goblins, aren't you?
Definitely not with the goblins. Goblins are not a fan of us right now, mate. Might have gotten all the goblins killed, in fact.
Who sent you?
Shit, what was her name?
The
Nice.
mother.
Nice lady. Offered us her life savings to come save children in here.
We're looking for the mother of the children of. No, we're looking for.
Aren't we a pair?
The child's name is
There was,
Remy.
there was a mother. There's some kids. I don't know.
Child's name was Remy. We're looking for Remy.
Yes. Remy and Lennon. Lennon.
Rennie.
Grod.
It's Rennie and Lind, you fools. And you hear some shuffling.
It's
and
no need to be
the
rude
door-
now.
The door. You hear what sounds like furniture being dragged away from this door, and it opens very quickly. And she says, "Inside, quickly!" And I'm gonna remove you all from combat at this point. Because the worms have lost your attention, or lost the interest in you.
He's gonna scratch in the dirt, an arrow pointing up, and says, "Lizzie, this way."
That's a good point. We could probably call back to her. I mean, the worms are pretty
That's
distracted.
true, yeah. And you see a woman dressed in garb that seems pretty standard for this region. Very very deserty garb. And she waves you in quickly and says, "Inside quickly before more of them come. There are always more of them."
Boy, Izzy, we found some way too loud of a voice too. Izzy!
You think you
Oi!
think you see the worms maybe react to
Yeah.
that like a little bit, but yeah.
Up here and be quiet about it.
I found like what's probably the baby worms. If you really wanted one still to have as a pet.
You know what? I'm done with the worms.
Huh. Okay. I don't know if I can get out of here. So
Try. You can certainly try.
Was there any other places she could go from in there, or was it just that little crack?
I
Izzy,
can go up.
You do see
Okay.
this courtyard with that used to be a garden.
We'll
does
find
go
you.
north.
No
yeah,
worries.
we'll run in. Don't worry about it. We'll like run into each other eventually. I've
Sure.
got more.
Hey,
things
what'd you
to
find
study.
over there? Screeching.
Just shut the door, woman. This will go on.
You just
Yeah,
you
he'll
go
just
like,
keep-
okay, bye. All right, yeah.
She seems nice.
All right, inside the cottage, the woman introduces herself as Hannah. She says that she used to be a guard of the fort, and she was one of the few people who didn't make it out when the goblins invaded. She begins to tell you. She says, I was captured with the children. We were kept by the goblins for a few days. I escaped, but I wasn't able to bring the children with me or get the children out. I was going to go back for them, but the goblins saw me. I boarded myself up in here, and they were going to kill me until. And she waves, sort of, and you guys look outside and see worms feasting
Yeah.
on goblin bodies. I haven't been able to leave since. You are here to save the children? And me as well, I suppose?
We were only paid to save the children.
As Master Poe just knifes her in the side.
I'm sorry to do this. We asked the mother.
Shit is dog as shit here, isn't it?
You weren't part of the deal.
You make a fine distraction for the worms, though.
And Master Poe, as you're talking to her and telling her that she was part of the deal, you notice that she is in very bad shape. You see what looks to be a short bow arrow like sticking out of her shin,
Oh.
and she has been slashed across her right arm, and she's still holding that light crossbow, but she's kind of like holding it with her left hand and kind of trying to support it with her right arm, but she is in bad shape.
Oh, you don't look good.
The consequences of escape.
Hey, do you want us to end it for you?
Hey, hold on, man. I know you're dark and all, but we can help her out, I think. Don't turn our back on any potential consumers and fans. I bet you're a real fan, aren't you?
Who are you?
These ones. They're always pretending like they don't know me out here.
If you are here to get me and the children out, I will be a fan of whatever it is you do.
That's all I need to hear.
Oh, you're gonna wish you were dead after you heard this song.
I will cast Healing Word, though.
Okay.
Apparently,
Wow,
a max
Yes.
Healing Word as I strum a nice little ditty.
Your music is odd, but it heals me.
Times are tough, but you are strong. Dun, 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 dun. Worms are also long. Dun, 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 dun.
Can we just have the girl like smack her face like this?
Right.
This is the consequence for
She's
every
like,
spell I cast. Is
You wanted a co-DM there, Chris.
the power of music.
That's right. That's excellent.
Yeah, you're all right, mate.
She says, I feel much better now. That was
It's the power of
odd
rock.
music.
You feel.
Rock and roll, baby.
Have a t-shirt.
Have a t-shirt.
I will tell you what I know of this place, but I'll be honest, I'm not keen on going back out there myself. These goblins are weak little creatures, but they are crafty and deceitful and dangerous. They have set up traps all over this place. It is booby trap ridden.
Cut to Izzy looking at the
Yeah.
the
local sand,
trying to deduce the best way to get past it.
But she will tell you anything that she knows about this place. She tells you that the goblins have seemingly domesticated some wild desert beasts called dog moles that apparently eat these worms. And you all remember that one of the goblins was trying to go get the dog moles to
And
fight
we saw
the worms.
I guess Poe would have seen it, and we saw the body later, but he was running south.
He was running south, yes. She tells you that she was a Dust Goblin's prisoner. Yes, she tells you that the leader of these goblins is a shaman named Siskus. And Siskus has taken over the fairy ring that used to keep this fortress green and not the desert. She says this foul shaman has summoned something in the fairy ring. I don't know what it is, but it is using it to control sands or try to take over this place. I do not understand it.
What brought the worms here?
I suspect the presence of bodies. These worms are mindless creatures that hunt movement and warmth. Bodies.
Seems like best thing we have are those worms. Because they ate the shit out of those goblins. We track the worms to the Sisyphus fella.
I doubt it. These worms come out of the sands, and Siskas and his horde are inside of the building proper. I've never seen the worms indoors before.
Right, so we gotta pull them out. Where they at? Where are the kids at?
They were keeping all of us in the dining hall, which is in the north end of the building.
Could go some food right now.
The goblins did say they wanted to eat the children.
She blanches at this. She says, "Oh no, then perhaps we're too late."
Don't make me regret healing you now.
They were threatening to eat us all, but I didn't think they would actually do it.
Well, due to us, 4 goblins are dead. I have a feeling the worms may eat children also. So we're still in the same predicaments, but we're going to need you to lead us to where the children are if you want us to save them the fastest.
Also, there's one more with us. She's looking at bodies or something.
She says,
she looks like a blue lizard, so don't be alarmed if you see one.
Oh, okay, I've never seen a blue lizard before. She agrees to lead you. As you're leaving, too, she reaches under the bed and she says, I didn't know if I could trust you, but you've healed me. I feel much better and I can lead you, and I was going to use these to attempt to save the children. But she produces 3 potions that she gives you all.
Righteous.
And they are, in fact, potions of greater healing.
Why in the hell would you have these when you were near death? This sounds like a plot hole to me.
I was waiting until the time was right to save the children. I didn't want to waste my resources.
Are they gonna go bad? I don't. I will accept.
It's a flimsy excuse. As she starts to go out, though, she tells you that the main way to get inside the building is a fucking no-go because it's full of fucking worms. She looks to the south.
No, well, the south was full of fucking worms.
She tells you that to the south, she says straight south, there is a barracks where the staff lived. They turned that into the kennel for the dog moles. And then...
That all sounds bad. You're gonna lead us through fucking everything in this fortress, lady.
She tells you that to the southwest is the main gate inside the building, but that it's guarded by more goblins. And she says beyond all of this nastiness, the only other path, and she motions at the hole in the wall, is through there.
All right. Well, now the hole's looking better and better, isn't it? Specifically though, the potions.
Yeah, you each. Izzy's not there to take hers, but she would give you each a potion of greater healing.
Sweet. I'll make sure Izzy gets hers if we reconnect with her.
Ever see her again? And what are you doing right now, Izzy?
So Izzy's investigating what has been identified as a possible trap.
Okay.
To find the best way around it.
Sure.
So I'd like to investigate it some more.
Absolutely. You know it's there. And you even kind of made out its shape.
Can I tell if it fills the whole hallway? Or is it like just in the center?
Get close and give me an investigation check, please.
Oh,
an investigation check with advantage, because you've already spotted it pretty clearly. Oh shit!
Dude, 20.
Izzy, with that investigation check, you think you can you might be able, well, you think you know how to disarm this trap. You haven't done it yet, but you can see the telltale signs, and even slightly sticking out of the sand, you can see the tip of metal teeth in a circle, and you're pretty sure this is some kind of bear trap. And you're pretty positive that with that investigation check, you can just step around. You can just kind of hug the wall and step around it. If you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Around this bear trap I go. Because I have no idea they're coming back to come down this hole.
No.
I just figure I'm going to meet up with them later.
Right. All right. As you're walking down that hallway now, Hannah leads you, and Master Poe and Wolfgang, you see Hannah kind of awkwardly but successfully slip through the hole, and she motions you forward. And I'm going to need, and she kind of reaches her hand forward to help you all too. I need to give you, both of you, to give me acrobatics checks, please, as you slip through this collapsed wall.
Okay. Acrobatics. Holy shit!
Wow. Wolfgang, you like hot. You don't even touch, your feet don't touch the ground. You're like hot.
I make like a diving sideways, like I'm the fucking Millennium Falcon through the... Oh, Oh god, just decapitates himself.
You invent a new
A
dance
nat
move
20
to get through.
followed by a nat 1. Oh no.
Because Hannah and Wolfgang are both on the other side of the wall, kind of trying to usher you forward, they do successfully usher you forward, but Master Poe, like the last time, you just grab a section of wall as you're trying to come through.
We pull him through and he just hits every fucking jagged rock and everything on the way in.
And Master Poe, you take 7 damage
God.
as you pull another section of this wall down on your arm.
I just pull a severed arm through the wall. Like, you're alright, mate, you're alright.
Wall. Who knew my greatest enemy this campaign would be a wall?
Be a giant
Wall.
PTSD over this.
That's right.
Never go
Always
any
the
collapse
It's always the
walls.
quiet ones.
That's right.
Oh, see, you gotta bend your shoulders,
Shut up.
just like. Damn,
All
I'm
right.
a half elf. I should be more nimble than that.
you really should.
Shouldn't be such a problem.
Not like crawling through things. Hey, it's Izzy. Izzy, I got a potion for you. Also, we met someone. Welcome to the
Oh.
4th member of our party. Sorry I forgot your name.
As you, she sees you coming down the hallway, and she just waits and watches.
This is
Okay.
Sisyphus,
Okay,
I think.
I think she said her name was Anne.
Right.
Wolfgang, as you walk down the hallway towards,
Does she point out the fucking bear trap?
she does not.
Do you point out the bear trap? You're gonna let me walk in the bear trap?
She literally says she turns
Izzy.
and watches.
You started
Izzy.
walking and handing me the potion
I
before I could
literally-
even say a thing.
I'm handing
It is
you
not
a
my fault.
potion, and you're
It
gonna
is
let me
not
walk
my
into
fault.
a bear trap.
Before I can even say anything, you're just like, and you're just like running forward, and I mean,
I'm so kind and so stupid.
Wolfgang, give me a dexterity saving throw, please. All right.
Man.
as
You-
you dodge it, though, you're like, y'all should like be really careful in the hallway.
I like to think that I still don't notice.
Yeah, that makes it funnier.
That's right.
Yeah, be like really careful in the hallway.
I look around. Sandworms?
Something like that.
Only then do I look
Uh,
down and see. Shit.
Like
you
your
take
foot
half,
is
you take
covering.
half of that, Wolfgang, as you're able to pull your leg out, so your leg doesn't get fully
Yeah.
entrapped, but like it catches your foot as you're pulling your leg out and scrapes the hell out of your foot. And
Ah.
you take two piercing damage.
Watch out, Izzy. There's traps everywhere. Watch yourself.
Yeah, I just told you that. And you said you had a potion for me?
Yeah, here you go. Rub my foot. I need a short rest.
It doesn't look like this trap can go off again. The bear trap is closed.
I've disarmed the trap, everyone. I should not be first, because I will blunder into every fucking trap.
Screaming.
Hey, but we found a guy to lead us to the children.
Oh yeah, let her fucking go first. She knows all the traps. Hey, get up here, Sisyphus.
I do not know where all. My name is Hannah. I don't know. I think you're confusing the name of the goblin shaman.
Who's
Discuss.
also not Sisyphus. Right, sorry. That's what I meant.
Hannah. Hannah, it's a simple name. And I do not know where the traps are. I just know that they lay traps everywhere. But I will attempt to see if I can parse them out.
How perceptive are you? Also, is this the kind of hallway we can take a short rest in?
You think you might be able to. You still hear the sounds of the worms from the outside, but you think you might be able to rest in here, yeah.
I know my mate doesn't look too good after he got banged up by that wall.
We're fine as long as there's no other walls we have to walk through.
that, Master Poe.
Oh
Hannah
no!
points to the end of this long hallway.
it's that rack focus where it's just like.
And you see that what used to be a tall watchtower on the corner of this fort has collapsed inward on the top of the building and collapsed into the building. You see that there are gaps through what is now just a completely ruined tower that you could climb through, but you're gonna have to climb through rubble to get
I'll
in.
never survive. Last one nearly killed him. I think we're gonna need that short rest, mate.
Yeah, you guys can short rest here if you'd like. Hannah is very kind of anxious. She says, the longer we wait, the more chance they're eating the children. But if you must prepare yourselves for battle, I will stand guard.
Wait, do we just like trust her? Like, where the heck did y'all find this person?
She gave us potions. Of course we can trust her.
She did give us potions, yep. Almost shot me, but
Dear sweet Lord, did y'all's parents not ever teach y'all anything? You accepted a gift from a stranger and you don't even know what it is.
Strangers, her name is Hannah.
My name
it is.
It's not this.
And it's just like super convenient that she just happened to be right in the building and knows the exact way to go.
I live here, you bitch.
Go get him.
I cast infestation on Hannah.
Oh man. This all happens while we're just like short resting.
Just having a little fight. It's a con save? Alright. Oh wow. Alright. Hannah, is it still half or is it nothing on yeah,
It is
These nat 20s.
yeah.
6.
I think
it's a
nothing
cantrip.
happens.
Yeah,
Nothing happens.
So fleas just fall on her hair, but she just quickly like brushes them out. And she just
She's the
wears
Lord of the
them.
Flies.
It's a cantrip, so it doesn't cost me anything.
Oh, I have it probably doesn't matter actually. I do have my Song of Rest, but I think we both only had to roll one hit dice anyway. That might help you, Ray. You get to roll an extra 1d6
D6.
as I strum a little bit. And then our lizard tried to kill poor Andy.
He's not good with names.
I don't know if I like you all or not.
The best chance
I
you
don't
got.
really like you either. I mean,
All right, let's hurry along and get through this stupid hole in the wall.
Oh yeah, I get Song of Rest too, don't I?
mm-hmm.
Excellent. That was a great song that I played. 1 hit point for both.
A
We're
bunch of ones and 2 people are fighting during it. So.
He just takes his songbook and rips that page out.
That's why it's not
shreds
very
it.
restful.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Hannah walks to the end of this long
hit dice later.
alleyway.
I very much pay attention to see if she steps on any bear traps along the way.
All right, she's looking at the ground and doesn't look like there's any. And you see her kind of, and at this point, she's gotten so far ahead of you guys that you kind of, it's hard to see amongst all the big stones and rubble that have fallen in. But you see her kind of squeeze
Wait, should we let her go?
into between two
She's gone.
stones,
Shit.
and yeah,
Y'all are the ones who brought a crazy person with us.
All right, that's a good point. Perhaps we put you in charge of new recruits. Seem to be the suspicious one. How can we help Master Poe? Can we like lube him up or something?
Put him in a safety bubble.
But do you have a jar of mayonnaise? We need that. We need your other character's alchemy jar thing.
Grab the jar. Here's your mayonnaise.
There's got to be something.
It's the reason why you didn't
Acrobatics
get
Third
That's
time's a
right.
charm. All right, I got it.
Oh, might. Well, wait. Do you still? You might. Well, no. We start resting on Bardic Inspiration anymore.
yeah, you can start giving Bardic Inspiration. That's one way you could help. Yeah,
That's true.
Uh,
I'm sure we'll be in combat again. So you know what? That's how I'll help you. I will give you another Bardic Inspiration. and something about a tunneling
Calling for your
slip
love.
through so effortlessly, Master Potato, like a feather. Touch not a single rock along the way.
For once in his life.
All right, Izzy, you're first. Will you give me an acrobatics check, please? As you see this mass of stone.
Oops. I don't know why it rolled with advantage, but
Saw the lizard slip on through to the other side. The other
Uh,
side!
Izzy, you start to climb through this rubble, and you put your hand forward on a piece of rock, and it comes loose, and you go tumbling backwards.
Shit! A 15. Oh, you said it was 8.
yeah,
That's
eight.
Okay.
And you take 4 damage as you land on your back.
Crap, I blinked the wrong chord a couple times. Grr, grr, grr. Shit.
You are welcome to try again.
I need to give. Fuck.
This is not going well.
Ah!
This time you only bring 1 rock down on your head, but it still hurts. You
All
still
right.
take 1.
I give a bardic inspiration to Izzy.
That's good.
Okay. 2 of them have it now. All right, Izzy, you want to try again? You're just throwing
Yeah.
yourself at this ruined wall.
Yeah, this is how she learns.
That's right.
I'm just playing the most soothing song I could possibly do.
And without even like hearing your song, or at least
She now tries to actively get
acknowledging
away
it.
from the song. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
that's the real motivation here.
Get away from it.
Izzy, you learned from your mistakes. You looked at which boulders to avoid, which rocks to not touch, and you slip through.
Third time's a charm.
That's right. Now watch me to be the one to fuck up.
Master Poe with 16, you follow right in Izzy's trail, and you're able to grab the right spots and slip through the rubble.
Let's be honest, you can't fuck up as many times as I did.
I got hit twice.
He fucked it pretty bad. That's a 13,
With
dude.
13, Wolfgang, you make it halfway through the collapsed rubble, and you see your friends down there at the bottom of this pile of stonework, and you get too excited, and your foot slips, and you just do a whoop, and you make it through, but you take 5 damage.
Jesus!
As you bash your head on some
All
rocks.
of my I drop everything. Fucking cracks in walls. No more cracks in walls for us. You guys still have bardic inspiration though for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. A tower has fallen on this once luxurious bedchamber. The splinters of a rich 4-poster bed are strewn across the floor, mingling with scattered coins and the dust of pulverized flagstones. The collapsed tower has also smashed through part of the eastern wall, and you can smell burning excrement and hear the sound of low, chittering voices from beyond the wall.
Can I do perception?
Sure. Oh, it's Hannah, not you.
Hannah.
With a 17, Izzy, these are definitely goblin voices, and you can hear them straight up through that crack in the eastern wall across the other side of this room.
Okay.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything. you're yeah, you don't hear a thing. Hannah kind of puts her finger up to her lips and motions to the wall. And just, that is, I did not know that the wall had been destroyed here, but that is the dining room in there. She points to the south, and there's a doorway down at the southern end of this room. She says, there's a door to the audience chamber down there. And across the hallway from the audience chamber is the fairy circle. And that is the entirety of this place.
Once Wolfgang is quiet, then he's still seething from the fucking crack
Yeah.
in the wall.
Like rubbing his head.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you all can just hear what sounds like chittering voices through the crack in the wall. Izzy and Wolfgang, you guys are getting close enough to where you can kind of see through the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of very much like you being closer to the cracks. You can see that you can probably see them, but they can't actively see you unless they were to turn and like look through these holes in the wall. The culinary disaster being perpetrated in the dining hall smells like burning refuse. The body of a giant worm is turning on a spit, and several dust goblins dance gleefully around the flames, screeching cooking songs.
Ooh, I can do.
A totem-draped shaman sits removed from the rest, meditating. A giant black stew pot sits in the northwest corner, and you think, Izzy, with your perception check earlier, you think you can hear muffled voices echo from within the pot.
Oh no, they're cooking. They're being.
The pot's not on the fire. The pot is just sitting separately from the fire. The fire, there's the body of a worm being turned over a fire, but there's also a stew pot, also in the room.
All right, I have a fun spell I can use with fire if we want to start planning things. I can either have fireworks explode out of the fire or create smoke in a 20-foot radius. It's basically a fog cloud. Both of which would be highly distracting, I think, also, which would be helpful.
Yeah.
Let's try the subtle route first. Allow me to work my magic. And he's going to look at number 3 and cast suggestion.
Oh, okay.
So, creatures that can't be charmed are immune, but I make a suggestion, and he must make a wisdom saving throw. I don't know if you want to roll that first, or...
Sure. Yeah. All right. Wisdom saving throw.
Are there goblins in? Oh, yeah, there are.
So he's going to, like, cast his magic and suggest... Stall! Don't let the children be eaten.
Okay. That's a suggestion. Stall. Don't let the children be eaten. All right. Yeah. With a 3, you can tell that your Master Poe, your magic worked. And you see the goblin sort of straighten up a bit. He was one of the ones sort of dancing around, and now you hear him just start talking to the other goblins, and he just says, "Doesn't that worm smell great?" And you all can smell it. The worm literally smells like burning feces. It smells terrible. But this goblin starts saying, "This worm smells like the most delicious food in the world. We're all gonna eat well tonight, and that's all we're gonna eat."
Snigbat, what are you doing? No.
Not all goblins.
What? All right. What is the situation in there?
Children in a pot.
Yeah.
Worm on a spit.
Yep.
Lots of goblins and a robe dude.
Okay. And this crack in the wall is the only way in there.
Hannah tells you that there's a proper door to the dining hall, but to get there you have to go south through the audience chamber, and then east, which also is where the fairy circle is. But then you can go up to the dining hall.
Does this crack look like we could go through it if we?
It does.
Possibly
it looks
could?
like it might take a little bit of effort, not necessarily the same effort that it took to get through the collapsing wall before. This is more of a solid crack. But it might take like an action to squeeze through it.
Before we do that, can I cast sleep in there again?
You certainly could. You think that would probably alert the goblins to your presence, but
I mean, only if they stay awake.
That's true.
Would it immediately alert? Would they just start looking around like?
They'd probably start trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going in there to cast for our actions, then I'll cast it. But if we're gonna go around, then I'll
So I'm
wait.
trying to figure out if we can. I don't know if we trust going through this fucking crowd. I know Wolfgang and all of us. Well, you're probably fine with going through cracks, but me and Poe are pretty pissed off at him. I can try to disable another. Like I said, I still have that pyrotechnics I could do, or I actually have phantasmal force, where I can basically trick somebody into thinking there's a whole illusion happening. Maybe like a sandworm busting out of somewhere or something. Because I figure if we're gonna slip through this crack, we need to not like it's gonna trigger combat. I would presume, like the second somebody starts coming in there. Or the other distraction could be the pyrotechnics. Like I said, I can make that fire explode into fireworks. I imagine that would draw their attention, and then maybe we could slip through the crack that way. I'm all about making distractions.
We could kind of do both of our things at like simultaneously. You make a distraction, I cast sleep. Whoever doesn't fall asleep,
just try to disable as many as we can, and then try to rush in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is better than the Phantasmal Force or... Phantasmal Force is concentration, where I literally try and affect one person, but Pyrotechnics is an AoE thing, so... But if you're doing sleep, I don't know if I want to have fireworks go off.
I mean, my other thought was to cast Jim's Magic Missile in there.
That's a different kind of... That's...
Pelting,
yeah, then they're gonna know.
Hey, they're hypoallergenic and gluten-free, okay?
Well, I could do the smoke one. Just smoke emits, and that could be a great time to try to sneak in there, because it's going to be heavily obscured for a minute. Unfortunately, it's also heavily obscured for us, but with all our spells, it might not matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could try to combo all those things and then start squeezing through there. Does Hana have a suggestion in all of this? I assume going the other way is going to have more bad things. And it seems like we've got the jump on them.
She says, I don't know what they've done in the Fey Circle, but I can tell you that's the audience chamber. As long as you don't approach the throne, you'll be fine. If you approach the throne, your head will be cut off.
I'm sorry.
It's the sword that is tended to guard the Lord of the Fort. It will come alive and cut your head off.
That's good to know.
Standard safety procedure.
Okay. Roger, we didn't read the fucking manual to this place, alright?
But other than that, I don't... we could go around, I think, without too much danger.
Do you think, Izzy, we going hard here? We going around? I mean, Ray already cast that spell in here. He's already concentrating on it.
Suggestion, yeah.
So,
the problem is if we go around and he gets hit, that suggestion's toast.
That's true. I think we should probably just go hard here. Let's just try to combo. Let's try to combo our abilities and then rush in there.
Okay.
Which I think was your sleep and my either Phantasmal Force or the smoke of Pyrotechnics. Or I could do the fireworks. I mean, it could blind people.
Yeah.
Smoke might be less of a pain in the ass for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast sleep so we can see what we're looking at here.
Well, let me do fireworks first, because that's gonna, I assume, wake him up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll do fireworks to distract him, and then we start slipping through, and you cast sleep. And by then, hopefully, we can all make it through without being attacked while we're slipping through here. So, Master Poe, we're comboing spells to distract them and try to make it inside of this area, and unfortunately, it's going to involve going through a crack in the wall. But you all have Bardic Inspiration, at least.
Wait, what are you doing again?
Bad things. Very bad things.
I think Izzy's going to cast Sleep in there. I'm going to cast Pyrotechnics just to try to make a bunch of distractions and disables, and then we're going to try to squeeze this crack and then rescue the children and maybe hopefully kill some sleeping goblins.
Yeah, let me do one more thing too.
Sure.
let's see. Sorcerers have meta magic. I've chosen twin spell.
Hmm.
So I'm going to spend. It's 2 more sorcery points because level 2 spell. I can see number 6, so I would like to twin the spell to number 6 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the same suggestion. Okay, all right, yeah,
Right.
let's do that.
So then he has to save wisdom too, right?
Yes, he has to make a wisdom saving throw too.
How many are in there? I can't see.
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. You hear another voice in the argument. What's now become an argument because some of the goblins seem to be arguing that, of course, children taste better than sandworm, but these 2 goblins are really proselytizing the sandworm meat.
Do any of them look more powerful or stronger or not like a goblin?
Izzy, you caught when you were sort of peering into the hole, you caught a glimpse of a what you presume to be the shaman that was spoken of, a berobed goblin that's sort of sitting in the corner, but you can't see her right now.
Yeah. And I've said that there's goblins and there's a dude in a robe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He's going to suggest number 6. Chaos is coming. Free the children.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like it.
But now you guys are at timer because now you see that goblin straighten up. And he's sort of looking around at the other goblins.
Well, I will back up that chaos, assuming I actually hear Mr. say that. And then I will light up their fire using pyrotechnics. And I will choose a non-magical flame. And I will extinguish the fire and create fireworks. The flame area explodes with dazzling display of colors. Each creature within 10 feet of the target must succeed on a con save or become blinded till the end of my next turn. And then as I do that, I'm going to start, unless anybody else has gone through, I'm going to start shoving my way through the thing and turning back to Izzy and assuming she is casting sleep.
Yeah.
As this distraction is going off.
So there are... Yeah, okay. So there's... what's the save on that?
It's a con save with a DC 14.
Okay, so...
That's what I like to see.
Okay. One dust goblin.
I use this in my shows all the time.
Oh, wait,
drives them wild. Okay, there's a lot of goblins in there.
There are plenty
within 10 feet of that thing.
Within 10 feet of the thing.
I'm squeezing my ass through. Want to be in the thick of it.
That one failed. That one failed. 1, 2, 3 of them failed. And that one failed. All right. And Izzy, this is basically your guys' surprise round. These 3 spells you're casting in rapid succession.
Yeah.
So Izzy, what do you got?
Another really impressive sleep cast. Jeez.
25 plus 8.
Yeah.
Because I cast it at the 2nd level.
No.
33?
33.
Sleep? That is damn good.
And you start with the character with the lowest hit points and go up from there.
It's a 20-foot cube, right?
It is. It's with the creatures within 20 feet of a point that I choose. So when I was looking through, I found that if it's on the table, it should hit everybody.
Oh, right, because 20 foot within 1 point is a 40-foot cube.
Yeah.
And yes, that is the entire goddamn room.
Wow.
Okay.
Look at our spell combos.
Yeah.
We're technically like 3 pure casters with a ambush surprise.
Okay.
Hordes of little guys are our jam, mate.
And then she will push her way in behind behind Wolfgang.
Yeah, we're trying to do this part of the surprise round is literally going through the cracks too. Like I was definitely charging in there as she was casting that spell.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Go ahead and give me initiative, but I'll let you guys start to move in there as part of the surprise round.
Hey, old okay. Izzy with the nat 20 on initiative.
Wow.
She is a time mage.
Oh shit! I can't do individual. Yes, I can. I gotta select the individual tokens though. I don't have your fancy macro.
I didn't know if you were doing that because that other fight you didn't do. You said all the worms.
No, because you guys were like, you guys weren't necessarily like fighting them at the beginning because it was all darkness in there.
Darkness, my friend.
All right, with a 25, Izzy, you were definitely going first, and this is technically your surprise round. So, Izzy, you want to push in there? You've already taken your action for it.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell him that he suggested number 6 to save the children, so save him for last.
Number 6 is blind and asleep.
Yeah.
We kind of just laid all the debuffs on him.
Yes.
Yeah, but hopefully when he wakes up, he'll still help us save the children.
Sure.
He very well might, yes.
Think of the children. He's
So,
dreaming about saving the children.
At this point, I walk in and I just see all the goblins are asleep.
Except for the
one in the corner. Yeah.
Berobed, nasty-looking old goblin woman.
Sisyphus.
Discuss. And she is rubbing her eyes as the flash from this fire that's now dying, and she's screaming, "We have intruders! We must kill them!" But she is currently blinded. All right. Oh, give me an acrobatics check, please, Izzy.
For going through the thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only damage I'm going to do you guys tonight are...
I took some worm damage.
12's not bad. 12's
not bad.
should get me through.
You do a bardic inspiration if you want to use it.
Yeah.
Do you want to use it?
I mean, how much damage am I going to take max? Like 6? Whatevs. That's fine.
Okay. Izzy, you successfully squeeze through, but yes, on your way out, a piece of the wall crumbles, and you take 2 damage.
Yeah.
This whole place is falling apart.
So with the rest of my movement, because I know I don't really have action anymore, because that was my action to go through.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to get up close and just start studying Sisyphus here. and she's gonna just start asking questions. Like, so how did you become like the leader for these goblins? And like, how do you maintain control? And really, why eat children? I mean, they're kind of like long-legged. There's like no meat on them. Like, you're not going to get much nutritional value out of that. And really, the adults are going to be a better source of nutrition.
You're advocating eating adults. You should eat adults.
She's advocating eating more nutritious options.
Right. She's rubbing her eyes through all this. We eat what we can find. The desert is our home, and we will turn this place into desert.
Why?
Because desert is better.
Well, I'm not disagreeing, but like, if you just go like to the east, there's a giant ass desert over there.
There's a whole camp of adults you could eat. Just like 20 miles this way.
You guys, also, y'all aren't very good at
the goblin horde. Yeah, there you go. Eat that.
Y'all like just really aren't that good at finding things then, because like there's this chick, I think her name is like Barbara or something.
Shut up!
And like she was here the whole time. I'm pretty sure she's a spy.
All right, Izzy. Siskas is confused by you at the moment, as considering she also can't see you. Master Poe, will you give me an acrobatics check, please?
I can do this. I can do this, guys.
can't do this.
Oh no!
Izzy would call back and be like, "Don't touch
He-
the goblins
he
because
really-
they're like sleeping."
You really
Gonna
can't
dive
do
the
this.
wall
Not only
again.
do you
I
not
tell you to use the
make it-
bardic, but I don't think I'd help you.
You don't make it, Master Poe. You also fall backwards as a piece of the rock that you're standing
Oh
on
my
just
god!
crumbles under your feet and you fall on your back.
Just and this campaign with just corpse wedged in between these walls.
And that
I
was,
hate
in
these-
fact, your action. Well, your spell was your action. That was your movement.
I hate these narrow passageways.
Yeah.
Siska, does your blind? How long does your blind last?
My blind?
Yeah, end of your next turn.
Yeah.
Okay, this is still the surprise round. But
Right. So this is only the first, so it'll be the end of my next turn.
That's right. All right, Wolfgang, give me an acrobatics check, please.
Yes. No. Damn it!
No.
I need my own bardic
Wolfgang!
inspiration. God damn it!
A
my
chunk
God.
of the wall falls on your chest.
The
as you fall
worst
backwards.
fucking things. God.
The MVPC tonight will be the walls.
Will be the walls. Yep.
Walls
Our god awful acrobatics checks.
walls are continuous.
Ray rolled a 2, I rolled a 3 to get through the wall, by the way.
Yep.
Oh my
All right.
dear lord.
And now
Well-
we're at an actual round.
Okay.
Oh yeah, do you want to like move somewhere else? You technically,
No, we
you-
left the
you
wizard
move-
in there.
Yeah.
I'll be
now
rushing
back
in there
up
as soon as I can.
the top of the initiative order. Izzy,
That's
you are
me.
up.
Really wish I had guidance or something.
So I will cast. I mean, how hardy do we think this person is? Who keeps rolling initiatives?
Yeah, there's like more enemies are coming.
Well, what you guys heard at the very beginning of this is Siskus start screaming
Yeah.
throughout the fort that there are invaders. So you're not sure what exactly you're hearing in the initiative tracker.
Can you block the door somehow?
No. Again, I don't do physical labor.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to tell you people this. Like,
well,
yeah,
prepare to
it's
cast
just not
sleep some more.
so,
All sleeps.
like, as she's saying that, she's like, look, I don't do physical labor. Like, I have things that do those things for me. And she'll cast Cloud of Daggers.
Ooh.
A cloud of daggers, you say?
You fill the air
I like
with
that.
spinning daggers. Alright.
The name checks out.
And I'm going to cast it on myself.
Oh,
They're not okay.
bold choice.
Well, it's 5 feet surrounding me, so
5 feet on each. Well, 5 feet on each side is a 5 foot square, so you could put it like next to you, like this.
Spinning daggers in a cube. 5 feet on each side.
yeah, so it's like a 5 foot cube that surrounds me. It's like it's a dagger cloud that surrounds me.
Seems like we could Google it.
So when she starts her turn there, she'll take 44 piercing damage.
When it enters or starts its turn there. Alright, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I cover myself in a cloud of daggers.
Okay.
And then that was my spell. That was my action, actually. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It does say you are affected while in the spell's area.
You don't want it on you necessarily.
Makes no exception for the caster when other area of effect spells do. For example, Spirit Guardian specifically says. You
Okay,
designate
so I'll
creatures.
cast it in like literally in her square.
In her, yeah, surrounding her.
Yeah.
There's blades just flying around her body. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
All right.
And again, she's just berating her with like scholarly type questions, like the trying to understand the goblin hierarchy system.
This goblin is blinded, and there are blades spinning in her face. She is just screaming at you, just about.
Still getting an earful.
Yeah, exactly. Is just like doesn't even hear the screaming. She just asks her questions. All right, Izzy, from the door to the south, you on the other side, you hear loud voices coming towards the doorway, and footfalls. And then Master Poe, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
I don't think I can handle another wall.
You can do this, mate. You got this. You can't do any worse.
Did I hear the footsteps also?
Don't let this wall
You
defeat
do
you.
not, because you're not even in that room right now. You're in a room separate from that one.
Look, why don't we just take this door to the south and go around?
You could do that. We're in combat now, so it would take probably some dashing to get around, but we don't know what that path looks like, so.
Open the door.
Okay. Yeah. You open the door. Master Poe, the walls of this wide chamber are covered in decaying tapestries of golden trees and crimson flowers. Against the back wall is a marble throne, and piled at its base are the eviscerated corpses of a dozen goblins. On the throne sits a bloody sword.
She did say not to touch the throne.
Said.
You also see a door down here on the eastern wall of this room.
NPC lady said, don't go near the throne or that sword fucks you up. It's like,
Hug
that's...
the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just
give it a healthy birth.
There is literally a bloody sword laying across this throne, and there are a dozen dead goblins just surrounding the throne that have been chopped to pieces. Yeah, you can hug the wall. Yes.
I'm gonna use dash to get to. Let's see, that was 30, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I opened another door.
You open another door.
Son of a bitch.
The air inside the keep's hall is dry and sour. The hall extends straight for about 10 yards, then turns to the right. There are two doors. One you just came through, a stone one on the western wall, embellished with gold. And there is another one carved from wood and decorated with an engraving of a crown of flowers. The sweet smell of honey lingers around this door.
Well, that's all my movement, so.
Sounds like you made it pretty far. I bet that leads into the freaking kitchen room that we're trying to get in. Hopefully. Or you've completely split the party.
Next up is Siskus.
That's gonna hurt. Let me roll 44.
That's gonna hurt. Roll you a 44. 10.
10.
Boy, all right.
That could have been better.
Those blades slice into her. She starts screaming, "No! I will have my desert city! You will die!" And she
technically, I could have cast it on her.
Yeah.
Because it's a point I can see.
That's right. She almost instinctively puts her hands out in front of her, Izzy, and a blow of forceful wind just explodes from her hands. And that's not a great damage roll.
Wow. It's like my thunder wave from earlier.
Yeah. So please give me a con saving throw.
2, 2, and 3.
Constitution. Ha!
Okay, you take 3 damage, half of the 7, and you are not pushed away. Siskus is going to back away, though, as she is very much aware and terrified of you and your presence and these swords that are flying into her. And she bumps into the wall and she's backing away from you. Which you can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
I will.
Man, I wish I could see what's going on in there. It sounds great. Just staring at this stupid crack in the wall. Shit! She's biting.
I can put you in just so the people watching.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
You're still not in the room, but
Yeah.
just for you.
Yeah, I'll bite her.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Fanged this Valley Girl scholar suddenly just lashes out with her teeth.
We about to see you roll a
strength check.
Yeah.
Attack roll plus, yeah.
No.
Nope. 11
just goes
minus.
like, ah.
Oh yeah, because you are proficient. Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
You have your bardic inspiration still.
You do a bardic inspiration, and you could use that.
I do.
Yeah.
What is that? It's a D what?
It's a D. I think it's still a D6 right now. Yeah, it doesn't go D8 till 5th level, so D6. Oh, what about a 16?
Will
Feeling inspired.
The fleeing shaman.
Nice.
Like, I don't do physical activity, but for you, I'm gonna make an exception.
Your
Like-
damage is 1d6 plus your strength modifier. So it's
Yep.
1d6 minus what? Minus 3?
Minus 3.
Yep.
So give me a 1d6 for damage.
One.
Great. Here's a bardic inspiration for that. Oh my god.
You don't know. You're not here.
No, I don't.
This is when you find out that Izzy is a gecko, so she has no actual teeth. She's gums.
It's just kind of moist.
It's just moist.
Uncomfortable.
And really, she just spits it out real fast because the goblin is really dirty.
That's true.
And
Yeah, she's very dirty.
Yeah.
it tastes really bad. This is why I don't do physical activity.
Nick in the chat says, since the goblin is blind, wouldn't that confer advantage?
It would confer advantage, in fact. You can try to roll a 20 if you want. Roll another.
I mean, it saves with the bardic inspiration too, if you'd allow it. But
yeah. If you get it with the new d20, yeah, I'll let it. No, everything happened the way it happened.
okay.
Yeah.
Roll a 4.
Thanks, Nick, but it was never going to come out well.
But you did. The point is, you did 1 damage by biting with your mouth.
That's right.
I did.
All right, Wolfgang, it is your turn. You are on the other side of the wall currently.
Yeah. Shoot. So a bunch of them are still asleep. I'm trying to think if I could just cast spells from in here since I'm not
Yeah,
able
this
to...
is technically what you see right now.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to be unblind at the end of your turn. That's the thing.
Yeah, I need to get in there. My best move is to go in there and do Thunderwave. That's going to wake them all up, so I probably
Do
don't
not
want to do
wake
that.
up the goblins.
Can I see Ciscus to target her?
This
I know.
Yeah, if you move yourself kind of catty-cornered on the this gap, you can see her.
Okay. Then seeing her doing all kinds of things. She's within 60 feet of me, I believe.
Yeah.
Weird, I haven't swung my axe at all this whole campaign. I've just been casting spells.
Right.
I will try to cast my last 2nd level spell slot. Phantasmal Force. Craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range. Target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, I create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of your choice. It is no larger than a 10-foot cube, and then is perceivable only to the target for the duration. Includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli, also evident only to the creature. It can use its action to examine the phantasm.
doesn't it need to be able to see to do that? Or no, it's in the mind, so never mind.
Yeah. Craft an illusion in the mind of the creature. So you get an intelligence save, DC 14.
Okay.
I guess ignore the damage for now. I'm not sure. Keep reading.
I think you can make the phantasm like do an attack or something.
Okay.
If it looks like a
An
creature,
affected target is so convinced
yeah.
of phantasm reality that can even take damage from the illusion. A phantasm created to appear as a creature can attack the target, or it could be a hazard. Each round on your turn, the phantasm can deal 1d6 physical. Okay. So I guess it's a round on my turn, so maybe it would. So make the save. This might not matter.
No, she was not successful.
All right, I'm going to create the illusion of the largest sandworm I can make, which is a 10-foot cube large sandworm, bursting up out of the ground and like right in her fucking face.
All right.
Because we know.
Phantasmal sandworm.
Oh, look at that! You got me a sandworm.
Bust through the ground that only she can see, right?
Yeah.
It's not
Only she can. Yeah. It's literally just in her mind.
Okay.
And of course, I'm casting a spell like, "Here come the worms, bursting through the ground, gonna eat some goblins." And then magic.
All right.
And I guess each round in your turn, the phantasm can deal 1d6 psychic damage. The target is in the phantom's area within 5 feet of the phantasm. And it could logically deal some damage. So yeah, I'll do 4 psychic damage to her because she's so freaked out by it. And I will still try and... well, I guess can I still, it's as my movement, try to make it through the crack? Because I think I did that. Try to do that last time.
As your movement, yes, you could. Yeah.
I'm still going to try to get in there because I'm concerned about the events in there.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy, that I lost sight of Master Potato. He took the long way around. Might be the better move, we'll see.
I mean, like, he did bounce off the wall. Like, he missed the opening.
I know, yeah. I can't blame him too much. Squeeze. Alright, I think, right? 12 can...
12 is you
but I
do
take
it,
some damage.
but
Okay.
you take some one.
That's fine. I'll make it through.
Sprain your ankle a bit on your way out.
Alright. Which ones are asleep? Well, there's so many icons.
They are all asleep except for Siscus.
Ah, good sleep spell. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear the joy in Christopher's voice.
Yeah. Well, their blind is gonna turn off at the end of my turn.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna try to move since they're sleeping. Where are the kids at? Are they still in here?
You're in the pot.
I'll do the hero thing. I'm gonna, since they're sleeping and this is contained, I will go over to the pot. And do I need to? How much? I don't know how much I can do, but
there's a big heavy lid.
Okay.
That's about all you can do for now. You've moved through the crack, and yeah.
I'll move over to where they are, and I'll kind of, if you'll let me, I'll at least like talk to them and said, "Hey, you're the kids, Lind and Remy. Sit tight. Do not come out of there.
I told you they'd come for us. You're gonna save us, right?
That's right. You gotta stay in there though. It's the safest place for you to be.
Okay. They're gonna eat us. You know that,
No,
right?
they are not gonna eat you. Not when no Wolfgang and his mates are here, putting on a show.
Wait, your name is Wolfgang?
Okay. Cool.
That's right. Concerts next Saturday. Expect you to be there. Tell your friends.
All right. The rest of these goblins are asleep, so we are back up to Izzy.
That's me.
Izzy, you do not see a giant sandworm. You just see a terrified Siscus cowering from something.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I get to move the cloud of daggers? Does that work?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I guess it'll just sit
No.
there.
Yeah,
All right.
sit there until,
I'll just spell it. That's fine.
We need those like
job.
Gloomhaven
Flash
abilities to move.
That's right, move spells.
Yeah. I guess you could always grapple people and shove them into the daggers if you're willing to combo things.
Yeah.
So, she's been damaged.
She sure has.
So let's do a little Toll the Dead.
Yeah, how is she looking?
You've done some pretty good damage to her, and some of it is not physical damage. It's just her terrified of your worm, but she's got a lot of good slashes in her.
Oh, the dead.
All right, what is it? A wisdom saving throw?
Yes. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Damn it.
And she makes that one,
Ah!
even though she is terrified.
You have +2. Yeah, we'll use my second charge of my little wrist, and I see that she looks like she's gonna do it, and I don't know if Wolfgang's paying attention or if he's still talking to a giant pot. Then she'll just like flick her wrist and force you to re-roll that.
I guarantee Wolfgang is too stupid to realize what's happening. He'd probably like it's that moment in WandaVision where like she just kind of twitches her head and then things go back to normal, and that's like all I see is like just it's like an editing like error.
Yep.
Yes,
right, yep,
nice.
that's...
2 really good uses of the chronal shift.
Right. So that is a 1d12 necrotic damage.
Goodness.
Because you're injured.
Ooh.
God damn.
Almost max damage. With the tolling of the dead.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You see her. It looks like her head's gonna pop for a second as she just puts her hands to her ears, and she's still like a lot of bad shit's happened to her in rapid succession, but she's just still screaming. And it looks like her nose.
Her Toll the Dead is another part of like her watch. And she has like she like flicks a little piece of it, and it's like this high-pitched dog whistle.
And it hurts. She is clutching her ears. All right, Master Poe.
Yeah, you just see her just watching.
Yeah.
Hey, where did our NPC go, by the way? Did she just disappear?
She did not come through with you. She's watching from the crack in the wall, but she's not coming in the room. It looks like she's maybe not as brave as you may have initially expected.
I knew you were a coward.
You said it smells like honey from this door right here?
It does indeed.
Oh, I do love the smell of sweet honey.
The door is carved with like the image of flowers and what else?
Oh, it reminds me of sweet life. I must open this door.
Too fine.
All
I did say they did something to some ring thing.
Oh right. You're gonna stumble on the fucking like boss.
I just killed the boss.
Master Poe.
Well, almost killed the boss.
Humid air engulfs you as soon as you open the door to this room.
Though.
Not true.
The humid air spills from within like mist rolls from the sea. No matter how hard you try, you feel you can't stay dry in this air. Your skin feels instantly clammy as you step in.
I didn't step in, I just opened the door.
Okay, well, even standing there, your skin, as the air hits you, your skin feels moist. In the center of the room,
disgusting.
a fairy circle comprised of large jet black mushrooms and flowers sits. They are all glistening with dew, but have a dark, sickly look to them. Within the center of the ring is a large pile of sand.
It's just a pile of sand. There's no like marks in it or anything.
Right now, it's just you see the fairy circle, which is just made of mushrooms and flowers and things, and in the center of that ring is it's a pile of sand.
Can I roll to see what I know about fairy circles?
Sure.
What can I roll?
Arcana check. Or a history check, whichever. Arcana, yeah, okay.
I am
Arcana
a
check.
sorcerer.
Fairy circles are magical locations that are sort of tied to certain realms that are usually to attach magical power from one plane of existence to another. So usually it would be like the fairy realm. But it could sort of bring forth magic from another realm, or things from or creatures from another realm. It's sort of a connection point.
I don't like this. A fairy circle left alone, fresh, humid air, the sickly smell of honey.
Master Poe, as you're sort of standing there, like talking to yourself or examining this place, you hear a voice from within the room. Hello? Are you here to set me free?
Yes. How would I set you free?
These hideous creatures, these goblins, trapped me here. You must break the circle, and then I shall be free. You are not with them.
No, who are you?
I am the Anubian.
Your phone, who dis?
I am of the desert, trapped by these foul creatures. My powers leached and stolen from me. I wish to leave this place, but I wish first for vengeance on these things that trapped me.
Alright, let me ask you one more question. Which part of children is your favorite meat?
Which part of children is your favorite meat? I would not consume human meat. Truth be told, I
It's
do
just
not
what a
consume-
consumer of human meat would say.
Mm-hmm.
I do
You
not
passed my
consume-
test.
I don't consume human food in the physical sense.
You seem quite trustworthy.
Oh no.
But one of my core values. I see omens in every event and action. The gods try to speak to us. We just need to listen.
Someone's talking to you right now.
What's that?
Someone's talking to you right now.
I put too much power in my. Oh, you think, listen.
Do you require more to free me? Perhaps we can make some sort of deal.
Ooh, only good things make deals. You should definitely do that.
All
They don't
I
like-
require is the death of these goblins. Perhaps I can restore your city, keep the sands out.
I don't know. I'm just here to save the children. I don't really care about your town.
Perhaps, if it's what is needed, I can aid you in that. The goblins have these children, yes?
I know. We're almost there. We're about to set them free, I think.
I think.
I think we're alright.
It was nice talking to you, though. Maybe someone else will set you free. But, got a hefty bit of gold coming my way, so,
So it ain't gonna be me.
I'm just gonna close the door. Sorry.
Master Poe, getting cold feet.
If you change your mind, I am still here.
Okay.
This circle keeps my powers. Destroying this town, though. If you wish to have it back, or if its citizens wish to have it back, I must be let free, or this sandstorm that engulfs it will never end.
Okay, but give us, 20 more minutes to save the children.
You've been here a long time, right? You can wait a little longer.
But all right. He's gonna shoot out a mage hand right into the middle of the circle in the sand, and he's gonna close the door as he does that, so he doesn't see what happens.
Okay, so you are pushing away like the fairy circle things, but you're closing the door as you do that.
Yep, his mage hand.
You have plausible deniability that way.
Okay. Master Poe, you do that. And you don't see what happens. But, Master Poe, as you start to walk down the hallway, you get this far.
Great. So we let him go off on his own, and he releases some kind of god or something.
It's Raymond. That's what he does.
Stumbles upon this potentially
I mean, I was waiting for this shit to happen.
incredibly powerful being. Where have you been?
Raymond, you see as you begin to walk away from that door, you see the hallway just billow with sand suddenly. Like there's a sudden sandstorm in the hallway. And right as you're about to step in that space in front of you, do not, my friend. And the sand coalesces into the figure of a humanoid, jackal-headed sand creature.
Taylor screams.
It looks a little like this.
Oh, what did you do? What did you do?
But what it does, Mr. Poe, is it points its hand at the ground. And you see the sand hit it. What did I just do? Just did something wrong here. Oh no, oh there we go. The sand from his hand hits the ground and you see the ground collapse. And you didn't notice, but you realize right before, as you see it start to collapse, that the ground here was sort of very shoddily put back together. And you see a 40-foot deep hole has been dug under the hallway.
Boy.
And the Anubian points down and he says, "More tricks of these goblins. You want to go around." And he points back towards the door you just came through.
No. My worst enemy's on the other side. The hole in the wall.
I'll take my chances with 40-foot pit. Thank you very much.
But
He actually motions you back to his room. He says, "There is a doorway on the other side of the fairy circle."
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they're calling it nowadays.
Well, thank you. What do I call you?
I
Kind sir.
am the Anubian.
Oh, the Anubian. Okay.
And he's kind of floating around you as you go. But he points to this door up here to the north. And you can get there, but with all I think with all your movement and the fairy circle stuff you've done, I think that's pretty much it for you this round.
Oh, man.
Okay, next up.
I like I was activated the rest of the dungeon.
He has activated the rest of the dungeon.
Although you haven't come across the reinforcements yet, so I'm a little worried there's still another room.
That one's asleep, that one's asleep.
Man. I don't know if Chris will show you this, but you can't see it. But basically, the only way around that corner, it's like an L shape, right? There's the room right in front of me, and there's an L shape. If I had gone up the L shape, I would have fallen down that pit.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
40 feet's no joke.
Next up is Siskus. And Siskus, you guys don't know what's happening in the rest of this dungeon. Siskus cowers on the ground in front of you, Izzy. She doesn't even barely see, or Wolfgang's in there now, but Wolfgang's messing with the pot. You're the one in her face. She, sinks to her knees and puts her hands up. She's, I surrender! I surrender! And you look at her, and you're told, you notice now that you're told the dead fucking did a number on her. Her eyes are bleeding. Like, there's a little bit of blood coming out of her nose. And she sort of, I will take my goblins and leave. I will free the creature, the elemental that we trapped. I will free the city. Just do not kill Siskus.
Can I do an insight check and see if I believe her?
Sure. Give me an insight check. Yeah, 18's really good. You believe her insofar as at the moment she is fucking terrified of you. I mean, you especially with your history with goblins, you know, they can kind of swing very rapidly, thinking that they're on the top of the world and or you know, cowering. But right now she's at the bottom of that pendulum where she is definitely ready to surrender to you.
I mean, like, they teach us in school that goblins are not the most trustworthy individuals. And
That's just straight racism in our schools they're teaching. And this one, watch out for this one. Totally untrustworthy.
so basically, like, if I, like, let you go, if you make it, like, 5 feet out of this room, you could find, like, a level of, oh, I can do it, and you'll try to come back and kill me. And my teachers get, like, really mad when that shit happens. So, like,
At these words, Izzy, she pops off her knees and she says, "Fine, I don't need my goblins. I run!" And she bolts for the door. And she throws open this door, on which, Izzy, you can see 3 more goblins are coming down the hallway. And she pushes past them and screams, "Kill them! Kill the intruders!" And she runs past them to the south.
see, I told you, the books were never wrong. You did exactly what they said you would do.
But that was basically her entire action to beg for her life and then run away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Which puts it as Goblin number 3's turn. Green 3. Who is not scared at the moment. He is going to run forward. Kill the intruders! And Izzy, he's going to toss a spear your way.
So many goblins.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit!
Wow, that one was nobly inspired.
That's
A
right.
critical hit from...
Probably should have saved my last
Oh,
temporal there,
goodness.
but oh well.
Yeah, Jesus.
That spear catches you right in the chest, Izzy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right.
That hurt.
I guess I can do my thing here, can't I? To move through the... Wolfgang, it is your turn.
Your pictures become Volrovin again.
yes.
Nah. All right, so
It's all about Robin's story. This is the story.
this is a story he tells to everybody during Ride with the Frostbane.
That's right.
So all the other goblins in here are still sleeping.
They sure are.
Okay, we've got new ones coming through, and the goblin just ran up and chucked a. Okay, so I don't actually want to
Very
wake
painful
those.
spear into
All
Izzy,
right.
yes.
I would think Wolfgang's at least smart enough not to wake up the sleeping goblins, and obviously just saw one huck a spear at Izzy, so I might get a chance to finally swing my axe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Dance around sleeping goblins.
30, I will, and I will purposely put myself in the doorway.
Okay.
So that they'll attack me and not Izzy. Finally time! Let loose on these goblins! And I will swing my axe as an attack. Flip my loot around to its axe form.
That's right. Axe form, go.
Axe form, go.
Holy shit, it's almost 1 in the morning.
Yes.
You got started a little late, yeah.
We did get started a little
Oh, does 13 hit a goblin?
13. Hold on. Does not hit a goblin.
Oh my gosh.
They have leather armor on, but yep, you feel like you got close. You scratched the armor.
And seeing as how I'm now in the middle of all of them, I'm going to take my bonus action to give myself a healing word. I got this! Yes! Another max healing word, though.
Yeah.
Good at that one. Come on, you little bastards!
All right. Asleep. 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 Back to
God.
Izzy.
MVP right here, the fucking sleeping wizard.
Alright. So she'll just step up a little closer then. And I will cast Wither and Bloom.
Ooh.
Let's see if this works. Yeah, it does. Okay.
All right, now hold on. I'm right here.
Read the whole thing first.
Evoke both death and
your
life
choice.
on a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a sphere. I mean, he's still terrified that you're casting this like necrotic spell all around. He doesn't have the foresight to realize.
So, yeah, each creature of my choice in that area must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 2d6 necrotic damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. And then all the non-magical vegetation in that area withers. In addition, one creature of my choice in that area can spend and roll one of its unspent hit dice and regain interim hit points.
Holy shit!
Equal to that to the roll plus my spellcasting ability.
She's just
modifier.
like
it damages and heals. Yeah, that's really fucking cool. I'm still terrified.
Yeah, you should be.
It's scary.
It's scary when all the goblins around me start wilting.
Yeah, so the 2 goblins that I can see in the room are gonna be tagged for my wither.
Okay. You can kind of see that there's a 3rd goblin down here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can, or let's see. What,
I
10
see
foot?
1 and 2. And
Okay.
then,
So yeah,
and
1, 2, and 3 you can hit. You could also, if you wanted to, hit the sleeping one. But I don't know, that would wake him up, but you might kill him. I don't know.
yeah, nah, we'll leave the sleep. We'll let sleeping dogs lie.
Let sleeping goblins lie.
Let sleeping goblins lie.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 con saves.
Yep.
All right, 1 very hardy goblin. Yeah, roll me 2d6 necrotic damage. Oh, you already did. It's 5. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was something else.
Yeah, that's something else.
Oh, okay. 2d6, 9 damage.
Pretty good.
The 2 goblins that failed the save just desiccate. All the moisture leaves their bodies, and they become mummified corpses.
That's fucking freaky. Oh.
And the one that made the save, taking half damage, he also, he gets even... These are scrawny goblins, but he gets even scrawnier, and he looks almost dead.
And then I will drink my free health potion.
Yeah.
You said greater healing, right?
Greater healing, yes.
44 plus 4.
So can I do the thing?
What's that?
Is it spend and roll one of its unspent
Oh,
hit
right.
dice?
Yes. Yeah.
Basically like a
Yeah.
short rest almost.
Yep. Get a short rest dice.
Cool.
You didn't need 10, but...
Yeah, I guess I did
Cool.
need to cast the healing I did
Yeah.
earlier, but I will take it. Thank
All
you.
my hit points back from what I just lost.
That was righteous, Izzy!
You see her just
Alright.
making notes in her
Mhm.
spell book
Alright,
next
yeah,
to it
Goblin-
about the effects that the wither has on goblin anatomy.
It's like I sucked their very life force out. Do I look younger?
You do. Younger.
So you're starting
Alright.
a new chapter about dragonborn narcissism.
1 goblin in the hallway throws a spear at you, Wolfgang, as he's still alive. And that's sure gonna
God
hit.
damn, these guys can throw some spears.
Yeah, 6 damage. That spear goes flying into you.
Yep.
That one's dead.
My hit points have been a roller coaster this campaign.
Master Poe, it is your turn.
You saved my life, Anubis. I trust you fully. Come, let's kill all the goblins in this fortress.
Yes, kill all the goblins.
Specifically,
Open the door.
enunciate goblins.
Kill all the goblins.
Does he know what a goblin is?
I'm not sure we're using that word the same way. Master Poe,
Could
you
you
throw
open
this
the
door
door?
open? Yep. And as you throw this door open,
Have we
you
finally rejoined the party?
see a cowering goblin shaman about to, you're reaching for the door handle as she's reaching for the
Oh,
door
that's
handle.
funny.
and she screeches and falls to her knees again in front of you, Master Poe. And she also begins begging for her life from you, and Master Poe, you see she is in very bad shape.
Look who I freed, the Goblin Killer. And he points back towards
Her eyes
Anubian.
get real wide as she sees the Anubian behind you.
We're friends now. Master Poe's hands are gonna come together, and he's just gonna shoot fire in a 15-foot cone.
Oh,
boy.
shit! The cavalry is here.
Yeah, that door flies open and keeps the hallway filled with fire.
She thought she was good. This is like we planned it. Like she was like fleeing, and then there's. We clever girl your ass. That's what we did.
That's right. That's right. All right. So I'm not even
Respect
gonna make him roll. Also. Oh, 15 foot. Okay. Yeah. You're good.
I narrowly avoid the flames coming out of the
Yeah.
fire.
Neither one can even remotely avoid, the not dying from this Master Poe. Like both these goblins were very low health already, and the fire just immolates them instantly.
Nubian, he gives a thumbs up.
That's right. Yes.
We kill goblins now.
But, Master Poe, that you, mate?
Yeah, I freed an Nubian who was trapped in a ring of mushroom spores and honey.
Don't
He said-
believe it.
You did what in the where now? You got some shrooms, mate.
No, I knocked over some shrooms to free.
I
a
know
desert
what you
Nubian.
mean. All right, you knocked over some shrooms and you see the desert. I got you, mate.
He saved me from falling into a pit of despair. Thanks to him, I am still alive.
It's good to see you.
Did he ask you, like, to join his MLM and be a mom boss?
No, but he wants to kill goblins together with us. I think.
Can he do heavy lifting?
Well, he said he doesn't eat children, so I think he's okay.
See, that's exactly. We're learning now. We gotta ask questions first, and then they can join. That's a good job.
Exactly.
It's yeah. All right. Welcome to the band, mate. Nubins.
Goblins asleep. Siskis is dead. Goblins asleep. Master Poe, as you turn to give the Nubian a thumbs up, you saw a swirl of sand, and then nothing. You don't see the Nubian there anymore.
No.
Izzy and Wolfgang, you see within the room you're in on the western side of the wall, sand begins swirling upwards, and it forms the image of this jackal-headed sand creature, and he doesn't even seem to notice your presence, and he says, "Kill them all, and let sand cover the city." And from his hands, a blast of sand cones outward and covers this entire room. And every creature in that sandblast needs to give me a DC 13 con saving throw, or they take 12 slashing damage.
Oh, now hold on, mate. There's no way to treat your bandmates. Son of a bitch. So it
Izzy,
turns
you
out
take
you
6?
can't trust the jackal-headed sand creature. Well, we all learned something. I learned that none of us should recruit party members.
All right, Wolfgang, give me a con saving throw. Okay, there you go. All right, neither one of you are blinded. You both take 6 damage. What you see is every single one of these sleeping goblins has been stripped of flesh as this sandblast has murdered them all in their sleep.
Well, that's one way to do
I mean,
it.
that was like really efficient.
Yeah.
But like next time, could you like warn me so I can move?
This now, as you guys look at this Anubian, there's like a wild light in his eyes, like he's gone into some sort of rage mode, and he says, "This city will be covered in sand."
Wait, I thought like you told him you were gonna get rid of the sand.
Wolfgang, it is your turn.
All right. I mean, he's clearly half sand. He's probably pro sand. I'm gonna guess. Hey mate, you wanna chat about this at all? You're free now. You can go everywhere you want. Somewhere that's not here. There's sand all over this place. There's a lot more sand outside.
I will spread my desert
Yeah.
over their cities, over their tents.
All right. Well, that's not good. We can't have that. Damn it, Poe. Where'd you find this guy? I thought you said he was cool.
He is cool. He killed some goblins just now.
He is pretty cool, admittedly, but he tried to sand me in my eyes.
No, but he's not cool. If you know what I mean.
I'm gonna need some of those shrooms after this. Alright, well, shit. I guess I'm almost out of spell slots. Alright, well, we gotta put this asshole down. So I'm gonna run up and say, "Here's your last chance, Nubian. Let's see if you can bleed, mate."
You cannot hurt the sands.
That might be.
That's right.
Or can I?
Or can you? A 17 does hit an unarmored sand creature.
Ho!
14 slashing.
I'm a strong motherfucker.
Oh shit. Well, you do notice, Wolfgang, that your physical damage does hurt him, but it seems to pass through his sand-like body fairly easily.
Stupid sand-like body. I'm gonna cast another healing word on myself. I've been doing pretty well on that. Ah, my luck ran out. At minimum on that one. As a bonus action. Be like, sand's got nothing. Oh, I just minused my life, didn't I?
That was a bad potion.
That was a bad healing word. There we go.
Izzy, you are up.
Oh, sleep just feels overrated at this point.
Why bother?
Yeah.
Kill the sand god and then you get to sleep.
Yeah.
That's the name of my next album right there.
Alright, we're going for it. Jim's magic missile.
Ooh, okay.
Fire
Okay.
everything.
It's each dart targets a creature of my choice that I can see within range, which is 120 feet. Any apprentice wizard can cast a boring old magic missile. Yawn. Oh my god, I love this.
Jim's magic missile!
Do away with the drudgery of your grandfather's magic with this improved version of the spell. Hypoallergenic, gluten-free darts of magical force. Make a ranged spell attack for each missile. On a hit, the missile deals 2d4 force damage to its target. If the attack roll scores a critical hit, the target of that missile takes 5d4 force damage instead.
Okay.
my
If the attack roll for any of the missiles is a 1, all the missiles miss their targets and blow up in my face.
Okay. Give
Yeah.
me 3 attack rolls then.
Okay, so what do I add to it though?
Your intelligence modifier, I'd imagine.
If you go to your
And
spell
my
tab, it should say what
proficiency?
your spell attack bonus is.
Oh, yeah.
My attack bonus is 5. So d20 plus 5.
Give me
Okay.
3 of those.
Roll 1d20 plus 5.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no! She fucking rolled the 1. Oh, I wish we
Did
had
the
bardic
thing.
inspiration still.
So I take 3 force damage.
Oh no!
All of them blow up.
Yeah.
Wow.
All missiles miss their target and blow up in your face, dealing 1 force damage per
Oh,
missile to you.
shit.
Jesus,
Oh boy.
that is a
One,
risk
two,
reward,
three.
I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
Either it's
It
gonna
looks
be
very
really,
cool at
really
first, and then
good.
just.
Yep. You think
It's either going to be really, really good because each one does 2d4 itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So it would have
Those
done
were all
it would
gonna
have
hit,
fucked
too.
him up bad.
Oh man.
I was ready to
but-
describe it as like the Mummy when they're shooting the sand. You're like blowing
Yeah.
up chunks of sand. It was gonna be cool.
Was that supposed to happen?
This would have been a good time for your chrono.
Yeah.
How many of those do you have?
I only got 2, and I've already
Yeah.
used them both.
Oh man. Although both uses
Uh,
you did really well with.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I get for thinking that the other person was the lead bad guy.
Right.
Or that our third party member would wander off and unleash the boss into the when we're still in combat.
He helped me.
He did help.
He sure did.
All right, Mr. Poe, you come in the room. You see a bunch of dead goblins.
Oi, Poe, he's killing goblins, but he's also trying to take over the world.
What? Is that true, Nubian?
You gotta try.
Hey, you got me.
No, I trusted you. I told you to wait 20 minutes for us to get out of here. Then you could do whatever you wanted. Now I must take you down. Alright. Would I happen to know if he is undead?
You don't think he's undead? Just looking at him. You give me our contract to see if you can figure out what he is.
He's an asshole. That's what he is.
That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah, the 9, you're not entirely sure. You're pretty sure he's not undead. You're pretty sure he's not a construct. You're also pretty sure, despite it being a fairy circle, that he's not a fairy of any kind.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Nubian, as his hands come back together. And more burning hands.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Although...
He
you're
narrowly
trying to
misses.
avoid- Okay.
Thank you.
Um,
Also, the children in their pot. Please don't cook the children. Flames licking.
He accidentally starts to fire under the pot.
Great.
Don't worry, I only have a 15-foot range.
That's true. He's not going to make that far.
Jesus.
Just barely.
Yeah.
All right. It's a DC 14 Dex saving throw.
That was sand, not burn. Oh,
Ah,
He is dexterous, so he takes half of that.
swirl.
Ah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and rough damage. Jeez.
I'm sorry I can't hurt you, my friend.
See, it's because I yelled to not cook the children, and that kind of fucked you up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You shouldn't have missiles blow up in your face.
Yeah, this is not going well for us, folks.
The Anubian floats forward with sand billowing out from under him. I am sorry, my friend Master Poe, but I must add you to my desert. But first, he spins, your friend!
I'm not his friend. I've never seen him pull in my life.
Around the Anubian, sand begins spinning.
We get it. You like sand.
The area within the sand becomes heavily obscured. It's hard to even see in it to see him. Each creature other than the Anubian that enters the sandstorm or ends its turn there must make a DC 13 strength saving throw or be restrained by it. Each creature other than the Anubian that ends its turn inside the sandstorm takes 1d6 slashing damage. And yeah, while you're inside of it, you're effectively blighted because it is obscured.
Boy. Okay.
And actually, that's his action. So that is all he does.
Localized
Wolfgang.
sandstorm. Alright, so does anything happen to me right now, or
You can't see is the only thing that happens to you.
Okay, just blinded by the
begins
sand.
whipping around him in a tornado of sand.
Okay, I guess I could still attack blindly, but
could.
I don't want to stay in here because I think that's going to damage me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I will, I guess I'll attack with well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut my eyes and, not realizing where everybody is, but hoping this works out, I'm going to breathe fire.
Ooh, okay.
I've got my, I am a Dragonborn. I can breathe fire in a 30-foot line, 5 feet wide.
Wow.
It's the, like, flamethrower.
Yep.
A little more careful with that, and just spew that directly forward. That is a DC 13 dex save he's got to make, and I don't, that vision-wise, literally, I'm just like, ah!
Yep, just straight in front of you, just spewing it out. All right.
Wow,
he does not
despite
make
his
the
good
save.
dex. Yeah.
Yep.
Takes
So
a
he
full
takes
7, I assume,
7 fire damage.
Yep.
Your fire literally like pours through the center of him, and you
Mhm.
can see like almost like molten sand dripping off of the hole that you formed in the center of him. It reforms with sand, but you still think you did a good chunk of damage.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll take attack opportunity, but I'm gonna have to step back because I don't want to I'm gonna be in the sandstorm.
Yep. As you take a step backwards, a claw lashes out from the sand.
Yeah.
And does not hit.
Hooray! Yep, so I'll just blindly step back to hit the wall and just kind of keep crawling back until I can kind of see again.
Are you still gonna save us? What's going on out there, sir?
Look it! Stiff upper lip, lads! Complications have been made, and a friend of mine unleashed some kind of sand demon, but it's alright, we got it under control. You wouldn't know how to kill a sand demon now, would you?
I hear water kills sand demons, but you guys didn't go near the room that has the water thing, so I could have told you about that, but you know.
Yeah, it might be too late for that one, but appreciate it. I like where your head's at. You keep brainstorming in there. You kids need juice box, snacks, something?
We're cool.
All right. That's what I like to hear. It's kids.
Izzy.
They're tough as hell in there. Inspiring.
Izzy, what you got?
Hey, you got any water spell?
Alright. Let's try this other first level spell. Do it, guys. Go first level spell slots that I have left.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Huh.
All prone, become incapacitated. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
See how Wizzy he is.
Yeah, how's the whiz?
Is he bringing
That's
Wizzy back?
Interesting. All right, yeah, wisdom save.
He's not bringing
Not
Wizzy back.
nearly enough. He didn't even have advantage on that.
Mm-mm.
Well, what you notice is that the Anubian cannot become prone, but he can
float.
become incapacitated. He
Yeah.
just sort of floats there. Sands. Actually, take that back. Sandstorm is a concentration.
Ah.
And does incapacitated auto get rid of?
I think we determined that in Rhyme.
Mm-hmm. It did.
If you get
Yeah.
knocked like any kind of unconscious state, that turns off all your concentration.
turns off. All right.
So at the
Nice.
end of each of your turns, and each time you take damage, you can try to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right, Izzy. Yeah, you trigger your hideous laughter, and the jackal-headed sand demon reacts to it, and it sounds like just braying. But it's braying at the sky so hard that the tornado of sand surrounding him dies out.
Nice.
Master Poe.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Nubian. Just gonna burn through all my spell slots since it's the end.
Yeah, that's
Burning hands
in
again.
game. Wow.
Okay.
13.
DC 14, deck saving throw.
You are incapacitated.
That's true. What does that do? Well, it doesn't matter.
When I clicked,
but...
it just says you can't take actions or reactions.
Okay.
But you'd think that would mean you have like no defense either.
All right. 11 damage. Your fire pours. You guys did the opposite of his weakness. You just pelted him with fire, which worked. You pour the fire into him, and drops of molten sand fall off of him, and he looks, very damaged. He looks like you took him down to half, at least. And at that, on his turn, he begins swirling again. Mere mortals will not destroy me. Take your city. The desert will always be here.
He still has to make a save, doesn't it? To
Oh, that's true. He can't. Okay.
at the end of each turn, and
That's
each time
true,
it
he
takes
can't-
damage.
He can't leave.
However, you
cannot
do
leave.
have advantage this time
If
on
it's
your
triggered
wisdom
by
saving
damage.
throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
another whiz saving throw.
So
Yeah,
each
so
time
okay,
it's so
wisdom
whenever
throw-
it took damage from the burning hands, it
Oh,
can
okay,
make
okay.
it can so
Yeah.
if
I
that
see.
so if you can wake up from that, then I think it still takes his turn.
And
There
he
you
sure
go.
does.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
so now you
the
get to
burning
take your
hands
turn.
actually woke him up, and then I think on his turn he gets to
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
So what you were gonna do did still work.
Yes. Take your city. The desert will always be waiting. And the Nubian dissipates into just a swirl of sand that spreads throughout the room, and you see the sand kind of seep through cracks in the walls, and it is gone. And the whole place feels slightly less oppressive as that happens.
I'm sure he'll never be back.
I mean, like, it won't be our problem if he comes back.
As that happens, two children come falling out of a pond.
Yep.
And they look up, and you see
All
a
right,
little 7-year-old
now-
boy and a 10-year-old girl.
Eyes
who look up
closed
at
now,
you.
all right? Eyes closed.
Oh,
gonna play-
The little boy does it. But the girl's like wide out, like, wow,
Yeah.
you really fucked these guys up, didn't you?
Oh, ha ha! We did indeed. But you kids don't need to see this, all right?
That's pretty cool, but okay. She covers her eyes.
Yeah. See
Like
you.
this.
Yeah. See how you kids stayed alive this long. All right. We need to get out of here. Poe.
Witness us. Coup de grace these two sleeping women.
Yeah. All right. Earmuffs now. All right.
All right, you make it out of the fort.
Do you know someone named Han, Annie, Anna?
Hannah?
Yeah.
I know Hannah. She's all right. She's kind of worthless, but you know, she's around.
Yeah. All right. You do
Don't
know
go
her.
inside this wall.
You do know her then. Yeah. She did not rescue you. You know who rescued you? Wolfgang and his merry mates.
That's cool.
It is cool. It's very cool. Here's some
Your
shirts.
mohawk's cool.
Here's a mug. Here's some pamphlets. Let's get the fuck out of here.
You exit the fort, and the sand that was billowing around this city when you guys first entered the building is still. It's still desert out here. The desert has overtaken the city, but it's no longer seems to be a constant swirling, constant overtaking. It's just kind of gentle desert, calm desert. And you are able to hike your way back to the refugee camp and deliver the children to their very, very grateful mother, who will give you the 50 gold if you press for it. Wolfgang was just gonna go for the ad revenue later.
Yeah, I'm selling my
You can
persona.
put a show on for the refugee camp, is what you can
Yes.
do.
That's gonna be during the credit sequence. It's
Like, we really don't need your gold. Like, we gave out some free. He gave out some like free stuff, and your gold just would not be of use. You keep it since y'all are like refugees.
Speaking of, do you think it's safe for us to go back to our town?
Just
I mean, yeah, probably.
Any of you, does the word Nubian mean anything to you all?
I've heard like fairies, folk stories about Nubians. They're the genies of the desert, control the sands.
Yeah, just don't
But-
piss it off. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
What if you do, call Wolfgang.
You know what? I think that place is probably fucked.
It also reminds you in the town, folk, that there is a horde of.
Also, the sandworms are still there. Eventually, they're gonna stop eating goblins. They're probably gonna come here. So, I would just start going in a different direction.
Sandworms? Fuck sandworms. We're out of here.
Yeah, I've definitely turned the corner on sandworms. This is my personal character growth, where once I was excited about sandworms, I now curse their names.
That's a good character arc. All right, and generally, it doesn't take much to convince them that that's stories of, sand demons that they thought were only myths.
Yeah. Also,
invading
the random
town.
lady we rescued can corroborate everything we said.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and stories of sandworms coming out of the ground and eating people, and all of it just and how destroyed the city was when you guys got there. There was barely any buildings even above sand level. After all those stories,
and then I will explain everything again through song at our concert tonight.
And that's what really convinces
at 9/8 Central. Putting on the most rockinest concert that you in Transits have ever seen.
All right, and with that, you have defeated the Fortress of Dust. Thank you all for staying so very, very late for this one.
We did get a late start, but
we got a very late start.
One-shots always do that.
One-shots are always full length, and we get started like 45 minutes
Also,
late,
I blame Raymond for unleashing the fucking boss and increasing that fight by another 20 minutes.
The Siscus was going to try to let the Nubian go on her way out just to buy time for her to escape.
Gotcha.
Also, but it
did make for a pretty excellent timing, though.
Excellent climactic fight.
I loved the goblin coming through and him just being there like burning hands and killing it.
Yep.
That was great.
Very cool. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, Chris, excellent DMing as always. Thank you for putting together a one-shot for us to play. That will do it for Fortress of Dust. What was this from, by the way?
This is from Cobalt Press.
I recognize some of the creatures from.
It is actually called Pit of the Dust Goblins. I just didn't like that name.
Gotcha.
And also I changed the boss. The boss was some sort of weird fey creature that was boring. I was like, I want a sand demon.
Sand demon was cool.
You know how I like to make monsters.
I'm
gonna make a sand demon. It was an elemental, but still, it's same difference.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to Chris, excellent DM, Raymond, Heather, for playing. I am Eric, and thank you all for watching. Thank you to the patrons. Shout out to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Thomas, Adam, Stan, William, I'm Loud, Kyle, Brandon, Genocider, David, Eclectic, Roleplayer, Roll, Lindsay, and Christopher. And gold patrons, RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Marcus, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and Scott. Thank you all very much for your support. We are live streaming our D&D adventures every week, even when we're not doing our main campaign. And we will see you all next time.
Eldritch Layers is the name of the book.
Eldritch Layers. Thank you.
Pit of the Dust Goblins from Eldritch Layers by Cobalt Press.
And we should return to Rhyme next Friday. And then I'll have an update on our schedule after that.
Bye.
Did you have out? Yeah, I don't know if you have music or not.
Oh, I can turn on the theme music again.
Sure,
that was
go
cool
for
theme
it.
music.
Yeah, that would be the time. There you go.
Yeah.
And then the after credit scene is that a Nubian like fucking roaming around like shadow casts across some other like camp or something.
Yep.
All right, night, y'all.
Good night.
Night.
And I will say, I did not cut it short for you guys' benefit either. The Anubian was always going to run away at half health. You weren't going to, like, he was going to let you kill him.
That's how you do
So
like
that
a
actually-
powerful boss fight that you have to go all the way down. Yeah. It makes for kind of a cool ending.
Yep. Yeah, we got started late, but one-shots are always so much longer than I think
It's
they're going
tough
to
to
be.
pack all that in.
You didn't even go to the southern end of the map.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, we specifically went around. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I am lowering it down. Bye, folks.